are now tuned into the hottest show on air.
So hot.
The Heat 76.1 FM Koza.
Gotta say, she can get a taste.
Okinawa's sex, love, and relationship show with King Takashi, the webmaster, Queen J, DJ M, Abituella, Losa, Will Make It, and A Millie.
What the fuck, bro?
Is she out?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Heat Okinawa radio show.
What up, though?
It's your boy Losa speaking, man.
It's your boy Will Make It.
Queen J. DJ M.
And King Takashi, the webmaster.
A special guest.
Hey, it's your boy Sly.
A Millie again is MIA.
She's MIA.
No. I spoke with her last night, and she had I wouldn't say valid reasoning, but she had a few things to say about why she wasn't a part of it. She kind of just like faded and disappeared. She has some stuff going on.
So
we addressed it last night, but I was upset with her because she didn't communicate that with me. But we'll keep that off air.
I thought we were family.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I thought so too.
My brother's keeper.
And I'm gonna send this audio clip to her so she can hear us talk.
Maybe
about
she doesn't want to talk about it because she's a church girl now.
What?
I go to church too.
What church got to do with it?
What church?
What
church have to do something?
It's a sin. I don't know.
What's sin?
Church don't talk about the same stuff y'all talking about.
No, they talk about the same stuff too.
Right?
They just scripturalize
curse
it.
words out. That's all.
And they scripturalize it.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since we've all been in this building.
And we got 2 hours in this motherfucker.
What are we doing for 2 hours?
Shut up.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm eating on the so
Yeah,
you might
don't make those wrinkles.
hear a
That
little
shit picks
sugar.
up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about DJ M for a second.
Yeah,
And her-
DJ M
How
been
she
gone
likes
for
to
a
hit
minute.
people up 30 minutes before the radio show.
You really gonna eat
For a
that
ride.
on the mic on purpose?
So what are we talking about me?
How you really annoy me by texting me all late.
I bet all the meters.
I just text you just in case.
Just in case? Well, how about you text me just in case last night?
Oh, this is it. So I was sitting at Starbucks, right, waiting, and I was sipping a coffee. People going by, and I was, texting you. And tonight I'm gonna be at Rocker, so I was like, talking to the other DJ. So this man carrying the guitar walks by. I was like, I just happened to look up, and he was smiling. So I was like,
Creepy.
just common sense, I smile back. So like 5 minutes later, he comes back around and asks, "Hey, is this seat taken?" When there's a lot of chairs open. I was like, but I was at the couch. I was like, okay, there you go, sir. And he said with a Gatorade at the Starbucks and a BX. I was like, okay, this
He was
person
here
does
for
not
you.
have. Yeah, I was like, texting, and he's just like literally like.
He hit you with that
looking.
corny shit.
I know, and I was like, okay, it's kind of weird. I can feel that he's looking at my head. I'm like, okay. So I was like, stop texting. I put down my phone, and then he's like, wait like 3 minutes, and I was literally staring. And he's like, excuse me, what is that?
What does this have to be doing about you texting 30 minutes though?
What? You're ruining the story.
She's telling the story.
Yeah.
She's
She
telling
was
You
painting a
just-
picture.
Oh.
He goes, excuse me. I'm like, hello? He's like, may I talk to you? I'm like, yes, you
You kind
may.
of are already. But
Yeah, I know. It's like, I cannot even catch a break at the Starbucks.
Is
I'm
he
like,
white?
Yeah.
Yeah. May I talk to you? Yeah.
He guitar though. I was like, is he showing off? I'm like,
Yeah.
I like instrumental people.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're going to have to bring two to be in.
Right?
I'm like,
Can I play your meat guitar?
I know he's going to stop playing.
Oh, I thought it had been lit.
At the Starbucks.
Oh.
So I was like, okay. So
Jamie's
I was
got
like,
a
people
gun.
that desperate, like
Yeah.
thirsty, that.
No, you don't want to know about what happened last night.
Wait a minute.
How's that thirsty?
I'm
Thank
not
you.
thirsty, but you know, it's just like
Awkward.
He's thirsty for some Starbucks.
Yeah. She wanted your white mocha.
he just wanted to talk to you. Why you got to be thirsty? Because he wanted
It's
to.
not thirsty, but it's like, it's kind of odd, like it's just out of
It is.
nowhere.
It is.
I would have won.
That's what this
I would have said out of all the chairs here, I'll pick this one to sit next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Corny guys win.
Sometimes.
Well, he won then.
Sometimes.
that's what the story reminds me of.
Yeah, people be I don't know. It happened last night.
And speaking of DJ M, I'm gonna be at the
Did you just
Rocker
refer to
tonight.
yourself in third
So,
person?
question:
Should
how are
get a
you gonna
third
be at
person.
the Rocker if you don't have Sophie Stice to get on bass? Is it because you're
They're
working
supposed to
there?
be giving me this pass because I work for them.
It's like
So,
Okay.
yeah, entertainment side,
So you
but
get
I'm
signed
still
on for
waiting
now?
for yeah. So every time I'm gonna have to be signed
So
on.
I can
to
sign
go
you
there.
on then.
Yeah, you can sign me on.
Why didn't you ever say that? Yo, if you need something, bro, just hit me.
Bet.
Facts.
You need at the gate. I'm gonna get you.
I'm like, yo, I need some Popeyes.
Just don't forget to
Go
turn
get
it back
Popeyes
in.
after this.
I
We
would
gonna get
say-
some Popeyes.
Yeah, then make sure you do
I'm
turn
down.
it back in because they give you that 6 months.
I have a
had that
sound
before.
check at 2:30 in Naha. So
Dang.
yeah, I
So
got
you
an
gonna have to
event
cut out
tonight.
early?
Maybe it depends.
Maybe.
It takes about how long to get to Naha?
Depends-
I don't know, on a
depends
Saturday?
which way you going.
I gotta be there by 3:00.
Oh, you can get there easy, man.
All right.
Take the back way. You know the back way, right? By
To the booty hole?
convention center?
Oh, the long new highway and shit.
And by the way, I was saying I'm gonna be at the Super Ladies Night at the Rocker tonight.
Yeah.
Super
It
ladies
has
night.
like
I'll
a
be at G+.
1 hour, like $100 cash prize
For
every
ladies?
hour. Yeah.
For what?
What time does the rocker close?
2 a.m.
What they gotta do to win?
I don't know. They have
there a-
some kind
is there
of
a
they
poll?
do.
Why they
play-
close at 2? That's early.
I don't know. It used to be 3, but something happened. Incident happened. So they
Already?
Yeah.
What? Man.
It
Like
just
last month.
opened.
Yeah, I know. So they were like doing an investigation. So during the time we're gonna close at 2, it's supposed to be 3, and they were gonna push back to 4. But each shit happened. They're like, oh, we're gonna wait.
People don't know how to do a good thing.
All that drama at home.
Black people fuck shit up, man.
How do you even know they were black?
Yeah. What if it was that corny dude with the guitar? That's why.
I'm not gonna
What happened to self-love?
Is that a new guitar? Where's your old one? Did you smash it on someone's head?
Let's not be blind to the fact that black people are
That you're
kind of
racist?
What's good, Daryl?
That you're racist.
I'm not racist.
PC91906 said, what's good?
To me?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, what up?
We live on our page, man.
It's hot in this motherfucker.
Woo!
That's Anderson right there.
Anderson.
Right by the AC.
What's up, my
It's good.
man?
It's nice.
He said, what's up?
Yo, ain't nothing going on. Hey, I hope you stick around because we about to talk about some things.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to be live all day. Oh, no.
Y'all
At
ready
least
to
for
get into
these
this
next 2
topic?
hours.
This first topic?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Are you a
if
Marine?
y'all have all heard
Do I
about
look like a Marine?
drag queen story time. Come on, bro. Drag queen story time at the schools. It's happening in schools in UK and in New York. So they're basically having drag queens visit the schools and read them stories. And then after the fact, they give them quizzes for these 4 and 5-year-old kids to find out what their drag queen name is and teaching them about gender fluidity. And if you don't know what gender fluidity is, it's basically a concept that says you are not accustomed to the gender that you were given at birth, which means you can pretty much be whatever gender you want. And they're teaching 4 and 5-year-old kids that they can do what they want, be what they
We're all going to
want,
hell.
gender-wise. Yep.
So, do they get, like, parent consent before they do
That's what I'm saying. That's what made me.
That has to be.
Yeah, it has to
a
be
thing.
approved by the
So,
curriculum. You
do
know,
transgenders or even gay people, like for example, a gay guy, are they allowed to use women's bathroom or transgenders?
They were trying to make that a thing, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, they
don't know.
Shot,
I gotta
shot
check up
down
on
the
that.
Supreme Court a couple times.
Yeah.
no disrespect to the LGBTQ
Yeah,
community,
right.
by the way,
Yeah.
but
Don't
I
don't
do feel
disrespect
like
me. I don't disrespect
Disclaimer.
you.
It's just a little
But
bit too
transgender,
early.
If they cut off the gender
It's not
already,
even that it's too
kinda-
early. It's just too much.
They don't
Yeah,
have
too much, too
It's
soon.
too much right now.
So maybe not a problem. If he has,
I don't have a problem with the people that like the opposite of the same sex. I mean, but what I do have a problem is when they're flamboyantly too much.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's not natural. You know what I mean? Like somebody to act like
Oh,
this.
like the
You know,
dudes that
I feel like
act
they're
like
doing
females.
it on
Yeah.
purpose because they were born with a fucking dick. You know what I mean? So like I know they got testosterone and I know they can act normal but still be gay. You know what I mean? So they don't have to be like put all this eyeshadow. I mean, if you're gonna put eyeshadow and not look like a transgender, just go full out transgender. That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
You
your
know what I mean?
personality should
Don't be
have to
looking like a
necessarily
dude,
match, you know,
right?
the
Don't look like a
gender
dude with
you want.
eyeshadow, with purple and eyelashes. But I mean, if you gay, just go full out gay. And I support it, but don't confuse motherfuckers and be like, "Oh my god!" I'm just like, "What the
Being
fuck?"
dramatic.
That's kind of extra.
Why?
You know what I mean? But if you had
But then
the
it's
if you
like
had the
acting like a
transgender
girl,
look,
right?
I would expect that. If you had the fake hair and the wig and the fake bra with the boobies and you act like that, okay, you're acting what you look like.
They can do what they want. I just would much rather prefer if they were to have this drag queen story time to just read them a story and then go.
So what they,
You know what I'm saying? Don't try and coerce these little kids into.
I want
they'd
to
be
know
like-
what I want to know
So
what's
they're
the
reading
educational
green eggs and
freaking-
ham.
Yeah,
So they're saying
what's the
green-
educational purpose behind
Yeah, I
it?
was
That's
just about
my
to say,
thing.
what's
So
the
if it's
They're
if
just
there's-
reading books, just like if someone else were a normal.
But they're not just.
So they're,
Yeah.
so they're doing green
That's what I'm
eggs and
saying,
ham,
like, what
right?
are these
Dr.
books
Seuss.
that they gotta
Normal
get
books
quizzes
like
up
Green
and
Eggs
find
and
out what
Ham.
the
It wasn't
drag queen
actually.
name
It wasn't?
No, it was about gender fluidity.
It was.
That was.
That's
what the
a
story
little
was about.
one.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
too much.
topic
Yeah.
that's too
What
early
you learned
for
today in school, honey?
4 and 5 years
Oh,
old.
that I can be a girl.
Yeah.
What?
Just imagine if
They
your
told
kid
me
came
I can
home.
be
like that, I'll
whoever
probably slap
and
the shit
whatever
out
I
of him.
want to.
No, why would you be mad at him? It's not his fault.
You know the problem.
But it's the adults influence children who
Yeah.
are easily manipulated to
Yeah.
believe that they can chop their shit off or like other girls.
That's a little harsh.
Yeah,
Okay?
well,
That might
yeah.
lead up to that.
I don't know. I mean,
I
if you think about it,
I think it's too much.
In a process to learn in life.
Kids are very easy at that
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, they're very
you know what I
easy.
mean?
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
easily
It
influenced.
could
What if
be
they're not, but
manipulated
they just get
and, you know,
brainwashed
those
too?
kids like make them more confused that you know.
Yeah.
I think they would learn in
Right.
life in time.
Yeah.
You have to put them in a situation like a 4 or 5 years
It's all part of the
old.
master plan.
so what about the principal?
The master plan that what he's about to bring up. Next
Oh, I would
topic
definitely
with the
be a
whole-
mad parent at the
that's whole
school.
plan. Transgender, all that stuff, and then to this next topic with the what we talked
I
about.
don't want to
next
move
topic.
on just
Yeah,
yet
I know,
because
but
I just
I'm
think
just saying, that's all part of the
It's
master
still
plan.
fresh. It's still fresh.
I'm just
still
trying
fresh in
to.
your
I'm
head.
just trying to understand how this process went. Of course, I'm going to research it, but obviously, that means that they had to have some form of permission slip. You know what I'm saying?
And the
that
principal had
parents
been down.
signed.
Superintendent.
You
Yeah.
know?
What type of
It
school?
had to be approved higher than just the
Yeah,
school
'cause
too.
I
Has
can't
to
just
be.
grab a
Yeah,
Dr.
walk
Seuss
in.
book and walk into a school and be like, "Hey, can I read to these kids?" They're gonna be like, "No, we need to do a background
And
check."
that's how
X, Y,
easy
Z."
they're
Not a
making it
Dr.
sound
Seuss
right
book.
now.
Whatever, a gender fluidity book. Yeah,
Hey, I'm gonna read this to your kids. Is that cool? Oh, Deja Boo.
Yeah.
Fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
fuck out of here.
That's not.
So no,
No.
that's a no.
That's definitely not.
I'm not cool
No
with it.
Daijoubu, no.
Nah, not cool with me.
Just like anyone else that interested in something else, they'll find out for themselves when they want to.
Yeah,
Exactly.
when they want to.
Exactly.
So not a huge deal. Just at the age that they are, it's too early.
Yeah, I think
is what
it's
you're
I feel
saying.
like it's like I told you. I
Yeah,
feel like
they
it's
wanna learn
forcing
about
it
it.
on
If
them.
someone learn about it later on in life, yeah, he can go do it.
I feel like
Do
you're
your own
forcing
research,
that
you know?
conversation
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
parents
too
have to have with their
early.
kids. Like,
Yeah.
wait,
It's different if they come and ask you themselves
Right.
rather than be like, "Hey, mom, dad, I learned this at school. I think I want to do this," and be like, "No, you don't think you want to do that shit."
Right.
Yeah, because
Well, I
it's
mean-
like
Not
it's
yet.
Like, have to talk with them like way early, way too early.
Right.
they're still trying to figure out what the hell gravity is and why they're stuck to the earth. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're talking about gender fluidity. I read that and I didn't even know what gender fluidity was until then, and I'm
Then they
23.
probably gonna look it up on YouTube.
And I mean,
nowadays.
there's so many different other terminology.
was
You got
18.
like gender dysphoria. And,
Yep.
and
Yep, I heard that one.
Like it's
Gender
it's
what?
too gender
Gender
dysphoria.
dysphoria.
What's that?
Same concept.
That's the same concept. It's just
Potato,
a
potato.
little bit more in depth. Like that's what military are using right now as an excuse to do whatever they
You
want to
see
do
the
right
faces
now.
that are in this room right now?
Yeah, I'm
and
like-
we're of age, and
Yeah.
they're 4 and 5. So that I can imagine
That's
kids sitting there
way
like,
too much.
Gender fluidity. I'm gonna go teach my mom.
Mom,
about
I learned
this
about
today."
gender fluids.
Like,
I wonder how that would have.
Take notes, kids, and then mom's looking over their notes like, what the?
I wonder how that conversation would have went when it,
Did you
like 10
throw
years ago
that?
when I was in the Marine Corps.
We need to
Like
have a son.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, health class didn't really come until like what, like
Sixth,
fifth,
seventh
sixth
grade.
grade,
Sixth
like,
grade.
You know, and that even that
You
was
mean sex
just
ed?
Yeah,
sex ed, yeah.
that was mind blowing for me. I was like, word.
Oh, yeah,
I never really.
Everybody's like,
fifth
"What?"
like, whoa, that's how I got here. Mom lied.
So that's another thing that's
Hey,
crazy.
Jen,
They haven't even
Hey, Jen, you coming on?
they
It's
haven't
like-
even had sexual education yet.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's what
way
I'm
too.
saying.
They don't know
early to be
nothing
talking
about what's going on downstairs.
That's
Like,
more important, you know, than
Hey, Jen, I'm about
the
to bring you
reading
on.
book session.
Hey, you don't have to
Then-
say it into
then-
the radio.
I mean-
She
This
can
is
hear
something
through
you
the
don't
phone.
really
You're
need to
talking
know
over
in
everyone
life.
else.
Like you don't need so much information. Like you can know something you want to know, but just because of the surrounding. Because like before, I didn't even think that weed or whatever existed. Like I didn't
didn't know
think
about weed?
mafia existed in Okinawa.
Is that all you heard?
I didn't think weed exists in Okinawa. I didn't know that all those
Yeah.
things exist in
And so you
Okinawa.
research.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
until somebody told me, I was so shocked. I was like, really? They're like, you live in a happy life because everybody know like it exists. But I was like, you know, this is something like you don't need to know in life.
Sorry, I was happy.
Jennifer,
Yeah, we're trying to bring
Jen.
Jen on right now. I feel like Jennifer has some things to say
Here she go.
because this
about
topic.
transgender.
Let's just do our disclaimer again for all the listeners. We are not bashing the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
We are just speaking about a topic that we feel should not be going on at that age for kids. That's it. That's the only thing that I have for that. It's a little too early for me.
It's
Oh, that's
Is
Nikki.
she there?
Hey, Nikki, what's up?
Hold on, I'm gonna say hi to Nikki. That's my homie. What up, Nikki?
You could have said, "What's up?" Turn the camera on, man. You're killing, you know.
We'll make it.
What's good, girl?
Oh, we're good.
Looking
It's plugged
good.
up?
Where Jen
okay,
at?
they're
Where
they're
Jen
on
at?
live.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? I'm saying.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm happy to see her, yo. Chill. What's up?
You know? Sleepy gang.
Yeah, where's the chicken adobo at?
Gang out here, boy.
oh my god.
Yeah, they
Shit,
lit.
wow.
Yeah, they lit.
I know, right?
They lit as hell right now.
I know, I'm trying to, man. People everything.
What were you trying to do?
Adjust the volume.
What's up?
Hey Jen, did you want to speak on this topic, or do you know what we're talking about already?
Yes, please give me the topic.
So the topic is drag queen story time at the schools and teaching the kids at 4 and 5 years old about
You can
gender
see that written
fluidity.
on a book.
There we go.
How do you feel about that, Jennifer?
That's gonna be one of
About
those things that
doing
become a
what? Say it
subject. in
again.
school.
So a drag queen came to a school and read a story to toddlers about gender fluidity. It was called Drag Queen Story Time.
And they went to a school to do that.
Yes, which means it got approved through the curriculum, which means I'm sure they had to sign some form of permission slip. And they're teaching kids who haven't been through sexual education yet about gender fluidity and being whatever gender they want. What do you think about that?
That's really
Yeah.
difficult.
I know.
I think the thing about it is when it comes to
That's tough.
sexuality, I think it's important to first, I think every child should go through sex ed as far as for yourself as a woman or a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because as a woman, you have a pussy, and as a man, you have a dick.
Right.
Facts.
So you learn how to utilize these things, whatever it may be, whether it be
Bicho fantasma.
how to put on a condom or how to birth control, like you know what I'm saying,
This is
like the
connected to
basic things of like being a woman and being a man.
Right.
Taking care of your self-care.
Tell them.
I think that if your family thinks it's okay, just like how you get the same thing for sex ed, if your family thinks it's okay for you to sign a permission slip to go through this particular course, then I think it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Even
I
at
think
4 and
it
5 year old.
depends on a 4 or 5 year old.
Yeah,
They're
this
kids.
was in preschool and kindergarten.
They're not even kids. They still babies.
Yeah. They barely
They barely hit toddler. Like,
Well, but they don't. But is that the same thing they do for like? Is that the same thing they do for like sex ed? I don't
No,
know.
no, that's like
That's
fifth,
in middle
sixth grade.
school.
Yeah, that's
Sex ed is in 6th grade.
So at that point, you'd be like, what,
4 or 5 year old,
12,
they're still
13?
preschool.
Okay,
Like,
so then I think that should be the same. I think then I think that should be the same thing because that has something to do with sexuality as well.
So you think it should be pushed back
So if you
until
have
they
anything to do with
turn?
sexuality, I think then a child should be a little bit older.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
we're all on the same page
yeah,
then.
yeah.
We're all on the same
And they're
page.
not
So like, what is the average age of a child having sex?
Right now,
Right now,
I don't know.
Honestly,
It's probably like 11, 12.
I remember
I
remember
see 400.
substituting back in the States, and like it wasn't uncommon
What
to
is it,
hear
like
middle school
12,
kids
13?
like
Yeah, probably.
having
No,
babies.
11, 12 probably.
12, 13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Swear to
get, yeah,
God.
they get
Why
it
are
big
you
suck
so
at
surprised
13,
by that
12.
age?
Can't be surprised.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you get your dick sucked around like 12. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's not lying though,
It's
No,
true.
it's not.
'Cause that's the first thing you learn.
and it
It's like,
probably
hey.
has decreased since
Right.
we've gotten older. It's probably
I
like
think
10.
the same. I think if you're gonna, I think if like 6th grade, I think if you're gonna
Yeah.
teach somebody about sexuality, I think then you should be really thorough about it,
Yeah.
and you should allow. And I get it because there's a lot of kids that identify with being trans, saying they knew from a very young age
Which I think
that they were different
yes.
from all the other boys and girls. So
I think that's some bullshit.
I
but
believe-
okay.
I believe that maybe that's something that you know what I mean. Maybe it should be one of those.
Let me see your iPad.
I believe in like full disclosure.
Turn
If
this
you're gonna
over.
teach them everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now put your phone against it.
just
Because
at the
then-
The phone, you next.
at the right time.
Because then
separate
if you
things.
don't right, I'm not
No
saying 4 or
shit,
5
dog.
year olds, but maybe a little bit older.
Yeah.
Because then what's gonna happen is you're gonna have. I know children are subjected to sexual things earlier now because
Exactly.
of
They're gonna be
smartphones
exposed
and
to
because
it
of our
anyway.
Society. But whatever that age is, whatever that average age is, whether it's 10 or whatever, you know what I'm saying, 9, I think there should be a point where, like, 10-year-olds in the military community get ID cards, and they can
Mhm.
go off base, and they have a lot of responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
at that age, you should also be learning about all these different things, sexuality-wise, of, like, people are different. Some people think that, you know what I mean? You may feel this way, you may feel that way. I think it should be kind of like a full class of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Not just a
I don't know.
little story time after school.
Yeah, we have female.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, the dick goes in the
we
pussy.
have
I think there should be more to it.
I just feel like that leaves too many unanswered questions for kids that just are so curious and are easily manipulated. It's just
Yeah.
Well,
too.
then I think it should be thorough then. I think just
Yeah.
like anything, school really is a failure when it comes to teaching children anything, because they don't teach them life skills.
Nope.
At all. And that is a life skill. Having sex is a life skill, because it's something that's going to happen.
Yo, say that one more time.
I like that.
Just say it one more time.
It's a life skill.
You should make that a poem. Put that on.
That needs to be a poem right there. Sex is life skill.
Put that on post and tag yourself.
That needs to be a
They don't
poem.
necessarily need to be taught textbooks.
Yo, she said have
16 is the age, by the way, according to
No, that's not true.
Okay, that's true.
16.
16? Nah.
How
The
recent
average?
is that
Yeah, how
fact?
recent? Yeah.
January of 2018.
Okay.
What is that like?
Is it from the CIA fact book, like the
Or it's just like
CIA.gov?
like a survey?
Those are the kids that are saying yes,
Yes,
dad,
they-
yes,
yeah.
mommy, I'm having
Yeah,
sex.
'cause you know they get.
But you have to think about who they're interviewing. Like, this is an average of everyone in the United States,
No,
not
that's
just
not-
the
that's
kids
all.
that y'all talking
No,
about in
not-
y'all hometown.
No, listen,
Like a
this isn't
census.
an average.
This is a
Excuse me.
fucking-
Listen, it's not an average of
That
everybody.
brings down the age.
It's
How
an
many
average
times
of
my
who
mom
they
didn't fill out
surveyed.
the-
Exactly. So whoever they surveyed, it was 16.
It could have been 600 people. That's a really small percentage of everybody in America.
Well, from
Where
the
y'all
people
going?
that they interviewed, is 16.
That's crazy. They're lying.
I
definitely
think it's because they weren't allowed to interview
James,
anybody
go
else below 16. That's what that is. Like,
I mean, at the
you
end of
can't
the
talk
day,
to my
it should be
child. No.
Or you
Like,
know
that's-
what? Even
yeah.
in high school, providing an optional class for people to
High
go
school.
to
That's
of,
a key word.
Sexuality, I think, would be really
Right.
Maybe provide our
because
free
you need to
condoms
learn those things.
after
They
school.
already do that.
They do?
Not at my school.
They do.
Not
Yeah,
my
they-
school
Yeah,
either.
definitely at my school they do.
Do what?
Free condoms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
you
get
think the
condoms
nurse-
out.
Right after the class. Hey,
Yeah, right after
Here you go,
sexual
kids.
class.
Because they know they do.
Well, we don't have sexual
even if
ed
they're
in
not
high
saying
school.
They are, so they're gonna hand out.
They didn't have us give us condoms afterwards.
Y'all didn't get no condoms?
No.
Maybe
I got it.
That's that, guy thing. Because we female, we don't.
I think females should carry condoms just as much as we should.
Basically.
Yeah, I know a lot
But
of
if you're
people
allergic to
that
latex
Can I
or
please get a
lambskin,
bump?
Yeah, especially the condoms that are accustomed to you.
Yeah, but the problem is if females carry condoms, what if she doesn't have the right size?
It's okay. You gotta be diverse.
That's why you should have an assorted pack.
barebacking that.
You gotta get your Durex. You gotta get your Magnum. You gotta get your Trojan. You gotta have all of them.
It's a family pack. Family pack.
Yeah, so she only has like Magnum XL, and then he comes through like,
You can't fit that.
Hey,
get a little bit intimidated.
hey, you gotta be this big to ride the ride. So I mean, if you don't fit, you don't fit. So.
Sorry.
Sorry, buddy.
That's funny.
Go back and grow. Like, figure out your manhood, homie.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Damn, that hurt his ego right there. That definitely hurt his ego.
We need
You
to
gotta be
bring.
this tall.
You gotta treat them like a chia pet and be like, "Hey, put some water on it. See if it grows. See if you'll fit in this."
The ice cube would be better than water, then.
Damn, that's so messed up. All
Yo,
right.
so Jen, question: when you coming back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay."
No, when you coming back?
She's like, "Damn, I just got to Vegas."
She just left.
No, she
September,
didn't just
October.
left. It's been
September,
like a few
October, see?
months.
December, October.
September, October.
December, October.
December, October is ass backwards. What the
She
fuck?
left like almost 2
She
months
said
ago.
October.
Y'all headed,
September.
where
what
y'all
she
headed
said?
to right now?
Oh, I just got back to the crib. We just went to Panda Express.
Oh, perfect. Are you gonna be
I
around for
used
this
to
next
cook
topic?
there.
Listen, when
Gosh.
you come back, you better bring some dehydrated fucking.
Yeah, I can stick around.
out.
I just gotta. I might be smoking. smoking a
A doobie?
blunt.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the
Oh, yeah,
best
just
time to
throw it
come
in my
back.
face.
That's the
Just
best
rub
time
that
to
shit in
come
my
back.
face. That's cool.
It's
I like-
legal in Vegas, so I can talk about it.
Right.
Beautiful.
Pass that shit though.
Damn, I can't wait.
All right, so are
It's
y'all
cool.
ready?
I'm okay with the world knowing it's
Yes,
legal.
we're ready for this topic.
You sure you ready?
Yes.
Oh, this next topic, yo, Jen, you're gonna like this next topic.
I'm sure Jen has already heard about it, but we're gonna talk about it today.
No, we got no comments.
Not
We got
yet.
6
We
viewers.
got comments
got
for this next topic.
My homie in there from Korea in here. Sheem, shout out to Sheem's out here. And who's this person right here? Flo. What up, Flo? That tres leche cake. I'm waiting on that shit tonight.
Oh, she waiting on the we waiting on the topic.
Yeah, to all the listeners,
What's the
please comment. The ones on the live, please comment and let us know what you think. So I'm just going to read the headline that I extracted from this article. So pedophilia is a sexual
Holy
preference
shit, I
that
think I
should
know
be
what you're
understood, accepted,
I
and
saw it, the
embraced.
TED Talk.
Yep,
Oh,
the TED Talk.
motherfucking
Yeah.
shit.
According to the TED Talk.
Oops.
Whoa, one more time.
Pedophilia, in other words, sexual attraction to
Children.
adolescents,
Pedophile.
children. toddlers, infants, the whole nine.
So
Yes.
My thing with this.
Pretty much underage people.
Right.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that within the music industry or movie entertainment business, the higher people in charge practice pedophilia, and that's part of their engagement ritual to become famous. If you want to be famous, you either have to be a pedophile, like sacrifice a child.
And some people.
This is crazy. Even movies, actors, and shit, they actually confess to seeing this and witnessing it. Terry Crews, what's that guy?
Yeah, he was
making my
sexually
way
harassed.
downtown.
Yeah.
He actually came out in court and said that he saw it, witnessed it, and he felt guilty because he never spoke about it, but he never practiced it. So I think this is the way that the higher ups or whatever you want to call it, the Illuminati
the ones with
or
the
whatever,
money?
are gonna make it normal for society to accept pedophilia because they're practicing it. You know what I mean? So the same thing with the transgenders in school. It's
Right.
all part of the plan.
But a question: How old is
This
that?
is just in the
underage
States,
now?
right?
Underage.
Children, anything
anyone
under the
under
age 18,
16,
16,
like
15,
whatever law is governing the age cap.
Right.
Any age under that is considered pedophilia.
Because that lady talking at that TED Talk was talking like it was normal.
Like it was everyday
Like it was
conversation.
normal.
Well,
Yeah.
back up. So they gonna start this over.
What do you mean restart this over?
Because like they
that never happened.
When they started this?
Well, I mean, they was
Have
doing
you
it-
been?
It's
they
been
was
a crime
practicing-
right now.
No, they was practicing this stuff in like the 1800s.
Okay,
But
but it
this
wasn't.
is not the 1800s, Chris. This is
saying,
2018.
we have
Oh my
evolved.
God.
We
All you're
evolved.
saying is history repeats
Yeah,
itself.
this is another
I
cycle.
They were also whipping black people in the 1800s, and it's not cool now.
That for hella sure
What
ain't
the
coming
fuck?
back.
Well, I was just saying it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool back then. It's still not cool now.
Okay,
I'm just
No,
saying.
that's
I'm
all
just
he was
saying.
saying. I agree with you. I get it.
But
But what they're saying is they're gonna make it. They're trying to make it a normal practice.
You know what?
That way,
King Takashi made a valid point this time. Let's let him get that.
Okay.
It was a normal practice back then. It's just they outlawed it.
He's just saying we shouldn't be surprised, right?
Yeah.
This is normal stuff. Yeah, no.
but this is
I don't
beyond
agree
just weird and wrong. Like
with that. Just
But it was acceptable at that
this
time.
is wrong.
do you
I-
think
I
about
don't
the
know.
attendance at TED Talks, the amount of people that show up to these
And they were
conferences?
all curious.
That's crazy speaking power, and you're influencing mass amounts of people about embracing and accepting and understanding pedophilia. That's sick to me.
That they should understand that people's way of thinking of who they're attracted to should be accepted by everybody.
I will say
like,
this.
what the fuck is
I
that?
will say
shit?
this. She did
That's
say
just
that
another social norm.
it's
we-
not
they
good
tryna
to
break.
act on it. She said that we should be understanding in the fact that there are pedophiles out here that have that kind of sexual attraction in their mind that don't necessarily act on it, and we should acknowledge it.
That's the same shit.
I mean, she's not saying it's okay to do and act on being
Right,
a
so if you're
pedophile,
thinking
but
about
you are
murdering
a
somebody-
pedophile, don't
She's
feel
just
like,
saying,
yeah,
she's shedding
feel
light
like you're
on
a
it.
piece
is
of
what
yeah, she's just shining a
saying.
light on it and making it a thing. Like, hey, this is a sexual preference now. That's what they're calling it. Just like,
no.
Well,
yes.
It's not a
No.
sexual
Hold on,
preference.
but they did that in the-
Hey, what do you like? Slim, thick? No, I like them young
but they
and
did that in
fucking
the 60s, though.
That is
disgusting.
With
That's
homosexuals.
disgusting as
If you
shit.
think about it, it is a
Unmatured.
preference. What else did she say in that? She said that
It's the same thing.
sexual,
Who is-
the gender. No, what did she say? She said pedophilia didn't, or they didn't choose pedophilia. Pedophilia chose them. And I
It's the
think that
same-
that's
Oh,
that's
wrong.
yeah.
Oh.
I
Hold on,
disagree with
hold
that.
On, hold on. So that's the same thing they did with homosexual.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
That's what I said. That
Pretty
first
much.
topic goes with this
Yeah.
one. It's all
Yeah.
part of the plan, bro. Like, wake up, motherfuckers.
Well, hold on. I mean, it's-
Wake up. They're trying to make this shit normal.
It's never. It's just. now you
They're
just
trying
put it in
to
a
they're
book.
trying to make everything that is frowned upon normal in society. That way they can practice that shit and get away with it. That's all. Because look at, like this says, Terry Crews came out in court and started announcing all this stuff, right? Because he's making noise with that speech in that courtroom. So people are actually curious and want to find out. So they're trying to implement all these little fucking things to back their ass up and get people on their side. That way what he says is invalid. But nah. Am I going crazy? Am I talking shit?
I'm
No.
not saying it was already happening.
So what are you, pro pedophile, Chris? It sounds like
I'm not-
you over here
I'm not-
disagreeing with me and shit.
Here's my thing. Like
Oh,
how
oh,
do parents feel about this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm a parent and you know there's another grown ass man or I got a neighbor that's attracted to my son or daughter. Fuck no.
So is that gonna be on like
No.
so on the job
No.
so on
Then
job
you- then you have
applications?
the
it's not
to
gonna
kill him.
happen.
Is it gonna be applications as sexual preference children or like you know what I mean like dating online services and shit like that?
Hey, I don't
or
know.
when you apply for housing or go to school,
So-
you have to find out if your principal is fucking attracted to
What's
your kids.
crazy to me is you know how when you go get a STD test, right, and they ask you about your previous like sexual partners.
Yeah, like
You see
how
where
do
I'm going with
explain
that?
Like,
Before I even say it,
who's
yes,
who's your past relationship?
Who have you been
10-year-old
exposed to? And it's like, oh, this 8-year-old girl here,
Johnny.
You know, it's just a little weird, and it makes me kind of
Yeah,
sick to
it
think
does.
about.
I don't even want to talk. I mean, you guys can talk about. Hey, Jen, I'm gonna turn this because this conversation is.
I haven't heard Jen
too much.
speak on this topic yet.
Yeah.
I just feel like this is a little bit too much.
Sick, man.
Look at her. Look at her face.
I don't even want to talk about.
Jen, I'm not happy with the world right now.
Like, how are you comfortable with having sex with a child? Like, they're not mature in their reproductive organs and shit like that.
What was the article?
It's not fully.
Or they are.
No, they're
On
not.
average,
No,
your
they're
body
not.
is not fully
Technically,
mature
once they have their
until
period.
You are
Yeah,
at
that's what
least
I'm
like
saying, like,
14 to 15.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Fully mature. Fully mature.
What about the
Hold on. Say
eating
this in
kids?
the
What is
mic.
No,
fully
that's not
mature?
true either.
Fuck up
That's
all that
not
shit.
true. That is not true.
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying
you're
to understand
telling
this
me
point.
a fucking
mature.
11-year-old
Technically
girl,
fully mature is
her
25.
body's fully mature.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
it's
Hold
not.
on. Listen. Did
It
you hear
is
what Jen
not.
just said?
What?
She was like, technically, when you're fully mature, that age is 25.
25.
Yeah.
25. So
that's
I'm
right.
technically not fully mature yet.
Because
it's brain
your
function. It's
frontal lobe
cognitive.
is
Yeah.
the last thing to mature.
Right.
So technically, until you're 25, you're not fully mature.
Thank you.
So what does that say about sex then? Everybody you have sex with before the age of 25.
Exactly.
It says it doesn't count.
And when you're a pedophile and you have sex with children,
That
you're
was,
fucking up their insides. Yes.
Okay, so now you have
Yeah.
to give context because you told me about the article you read
Okay,
about.
so
yeah.
I've seen this article before. This guy, he had sex with an infant. Of course, he fucked up her whole
Yeah, that's an infant, right.
reproductive system and all that other shit. So she would probably never be able to have kids or
Right, that's
whatever the
fucking sick.
situation is.
But children
That's
are the
sick.
same thing.
But a child is the same thing,
Right.
whether it's an infant or a toddler. It's the same shit. It's not ready to
infant
be
and toddler is
penetrated.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Bro, I
is.
feel like you really are a pedophile, man. You question it
Yo.
because, like, but no, I'm not. I'm saying this shit.
Listen.
No, you like the facial expressions you are making are like you should have been at that TED Talk with the microphone in your hand. For real.
Let me finish.
I think that he's just
Toddlers
playing,
are infant.
No,
You-
hold on, Will. I think he's just playing devil's advocate. Okay, I got you.
This is the wrong topic, bro.
Wrong topic to be devil's advocate for. Like,
She said no.
No, but I think that, I mean, but
So
I
it's
don't
okay to
think
fuck a
it's-
toddler, not an infant. Okay, I got you, Chris.
I don't,
No,
no,
that's
I
not
don't
what
think
I'm
that's
saying.
okay.
That's what she was saying.
No, I'm not even talking about that age. Anyways, never mind.
Yeah.
But I was, and you were like, no.
All right, let's let him speak. Please articulate what you're saying. Like, let's just clear this out. What exactly are you trying to tell us? Because people right now are probably thinking you're sick. So this is your chance to clear the
I'm
air.
just saying that.
Okay.
You know, it was practiced about probably like from 1700 up to like 18.
So you-
That doesn't make it
Okay,
right.
hold on. Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk.
Listen,
And it
let him
wasn't
talk.
outlawed. And so, like, you know, kids were 10, 11-year-olds were having, like, what?
It
2 or
still
3
happens
children.
today, by the way.
Right.
Right. All he's saying is history repeats itself.
Right.
Okay, but I was.
And
So we
I'm-
shouldn't be
I'm-
surprised.
And I'm saying, toddlers, infant, oh, no question, that's out of fucking, it shouldn't be happening. But
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The air is clear now. All right, he's not pro pedophilia.
Bro, what I'm saying is just because history repeats itself doesn't make it right.
in some countries, it's still going on.
But it doesn't make it right.
it's not right.
Not
Because what happens in other cultures, okay, for example, in Afghanistan, listen, in Afghanistan or Iraq, they fuck children. They got the Afghanis they fuck their wives for reproduction. They fuck little kids and boys for pleasure. That's their culture, right? It doesn't make it right, right? Because
Who determines right and wrong?
whatever the God they believe in, the religion. So
Whatever
let me
the
explain this.
moral
I
He's
saw
got a good point though.
Yeah, who determines who
It's-
determines who?
it's
what's right
influence.
and wrong?
It's influence in how you're conditioned, and it's religion. And like this, for example, Japan has it's the #1 country that with atheists, right? But look at the violence rate; it's less as shit. Look at the STD rate; it's less as fuck because there's no
Okay,
religion.
but they like little schoolgirls too.
Who
So-
does?
Yeah, so I mean, like,
Japanese.
Who? Oh, Japan?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
so who
That
determines
is
what
very true.
social norm is? That's what you're
They're
that's what
known
I'm
for
saying.
their
You
sexual.
know that was a
they're
topic
known
we
for
spoke
their
about
sexual exploitations as well.
But it
They're not
doesn't make it
exempt.
right.
I've never
Japanese
seen
aren't-
Japanese.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
not.
say-
We're not saying it's
Wait,
right.
so we
though.
have poems.
I was about to say,
videos.
if you
Yo,
have,
King Taki, listen. All right. Let's.
Excellent videos out there.
So for all the people, hold
This
on.
conversation-
Time out. So for all the people that are listening, I do agree with what you're saying. People's moral compass is really subjective to where you live. You know what I'm saying? What's right to you may be wrong to me, and vice versa.
Right.
So it's hard to have a discussion about what's right and wrong when people believe different rights and different wrongs. So I get where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
that's the only
It
thing
all
I'm
depends on what you input in your mind daily, who you surround yourself with, what you were raised to believe is right and wrong. So I get it. I understand where you're coming from. No, pedophilia is not right.
Thank you. I'm just
Socially,
saying we're on a
morally-
platform that people are listening, and we should watch what we say out of our mouths because regardless of who is listening, you might have influence over that person, right? So all I'm saying is that people are judging you based off what you say, so you need to think before you speak.
Look, he just needs a translator / spokesperson.
Yeah, right.
I got you, bro.
Yo, M, come on, M.
Don't look at me. I'm not a translator. Don't look at me.
Translate what that's.
We know Chris isn't the most eloquent person
Yes.
in the world,
understand.
but we also know that he's a good dad. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
And he wouldn't, and he's not going to put his, you know what I'm saying, his own children. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's just we didn't give him an opportunity to explain himself.
Right.
See, I got
the way it came out was like Chris was kind of not for it, but for it. That way, like if it did come up to it, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, history repeats itself, son." You know what I mean? Like that's the way it sounded.
No,
I think
okay, that's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad he
But
cleared
I
it.
don't
So
think that's what he meant. I think what he meant was just saying that it's something that happens, and now they're just, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to shed light on something that is very taboo to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those subjects that no matter which side you stand on, you know what I'm saying, people are going to have very strong, you know what I'm saying, opinions about it. I don't think it's right to fuck children. Absolutely not.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's more of like the psychological and not just the physical damage that can happen, but the physiological damage that happens, because then, you know what I'm saying, it becomes like, where's the line of who do you trust in your life if, you know what I'm saying, adults are taking advantage of you and you don't even know what's going on. So no, I don't believe that that's okay. But it's true.
They
There
have
are
a
still
movie
some,
about
you know,
it,
places
The
in
Color
the
Purple.
world that happens.
So yeah, you're right. Because in the 1800s, like Chris was saying, the Illuminati was still around and they were doing it, and that's why they still practice it to this day, because they're untouchable. You know what I mean? But they can touch.
money is power, bro.
It's fucked up, man.
I know. That's a power.
Now here's a question: if it became, let's not say it's normal, right? Let's just say right now. But if you witnessed it and you knew like someone in your hierarchy, if you were in a business sense where someone, powerful, kind of like Terry Crews, would you speak on it?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
But if they were paying lots of money to keep your mouth shut,
It depends. Not for me personally, but I know for some people it depends on what is at stake, whether they can speak on it or not. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to lose in this process? A lot of people are selfish too. You know what I'm saying? If I speak on this, then I mess up all the people who have the connections in the industry.
Terry Crews had a problem
Right.
speaking about.
Exactly. So I understand it. Is it right? No, but doing what's right isn't always easy. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Yeah.
It just sucks. Like, should you speak out on it? Absolutely. If I was the witness of, like, walking in on it, you know what I'm saying? How can you walk in on something like that and sleep at night?
Check your text message.
That's a little weird to me.
Exactly.
So,
Check your text
yes,
message.
if you see something, say something. I know that's cliche, but,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Speak up.
But if somebody threatening your family or something,
Family or not.
Situation,
Family or not.
Yeah, they gonna get their ass whooped.
So, remember that
talk.
statement I mentioned where the lady was saying they didn't choose pedophilia chose them. So, I don't know if you guys seen what happened.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen what happened with Demi Lovato. They're trying to say that she was a victim to opioid addiction and saying that, she didn't choose the drug chose her.
No,
Right.
you choose to take the pill.
I know that's a very controversial topic to talk about because drug addiction is serious and it's hard to deal with.
What?
But I think at the end of the day, choosing a
didn't
drug
do
is
heroin.
definitely your
She did
decision. You know what I'm saying?
oxycodone.
Oh, she's out.
Always, looking for
Yeah.
a reason to blame.
Yeah.
Because they cannot admit like it's their own
Damn,
fault
M
that
M
they
came with the
take
fucking
decisions.
facts today. Yes, hold yourself accountable for what
Yeah.
you have to deal with.
Exactly. They just, always
That-
have
that and they're
something
just
going
trying to
down,
shed the
they
light
always
off
want
of
to
them,
point somebody
you
else
know.
to blame.
What was that you had? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just think it's a little crazy what's going on right now.
Chicken. Yeah.
And it's always happening to the greats, like Prince, Michael Jackson, just people who've died that have all these things in the world. It's like, what is really going on mentally with these people that they choose to, overdose on these drugs when they have everything that people dream and long and live for,
Michael Jackson that was a conspiracy.
Yeah, we don't even know what happened with that. That's still kind of
but
Still
open.
don't know.
I think that because we're not in their position and their shoes,
Yeah, we can't really understand.
we can't really have input into what goes on in somebody's mind, because I think that is the one thing in this world that we don't have grasp on, and it's somebody's mind.
Right.
They've studied people's brains and physiological, connections and reactions and the brain chemicals and things like that. Not everybody's stable. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something that unless you were to really take the time to break down each individual, you wouldn't know. The same thing, Robin Williams, suicide. There's a lot of things that people don't understand and will never understand. And, when it comes to addiction, depression, There's a lot of things that are really genuinely out of our control.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I'm not saying initially to take a drug, that initial want to take a drug, I'm not saying that's out of your control. That's like, okay, I want to try this. But sometimes once you try, sometimes that one time does turn into something that you can't control.
Yeah.
Right?
Sex.
Isn't it like heroin or something? They say if you try it once, automatically you're just like an addict type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
quotation mark, hit the blunt. Quotation mark.
No.
Yeah, hey, I do. I smoke. I'm not gonna lie.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
No, you should have said it while smoking a blunt. That would have been ill.
that's something for me that's a choice. I don't make
Yep.
excuses for myself.
Yeah.
But not everybody can do the same thing when it comes to like their state of mind. Not everybody is right in the head.
Yeah.
Right.
My reason in bringing that up is because I think that a lot of people don't understand that no matter what point in life you get to, there's always going to be things that you won't understand. It's like these celebrities choose these drugs or they're going through certain things, and it's like, why, when they have all of the things that people aspire to have and be, like you have the fortune,
But
the
somebody
fame, like
also said that it just because they have what everybody else thinks that they need to have, like everybody wants what they have. And I think it was like Jim Carrey
Yeah.
who said, I wish everybody would have an opportunity to be rich and famous.
Yes, so they can
would
understand.
See
Yeah.
that it's not what you need.
That's why
That's
I thought
that's not the
that.
solution, and it's not really what's important in life.
That's why I thought that bringing this up would be good, because a lot of people need to see it and look at it from that perspective to just understand the materialistic things aren't what should be the motivating factor for
Right.
people.
A lot
You know
of
what I'm
people.
saying?
A lot of people are prisoners in their own mind.
Yeah.
think
The fame
I
and money
think
bring a lot of
if they
other
have
problems.
Yeah.
somebody special in their life though to understand them, like be there for them like 100% no matter what, I got their back, that might would have changed the fact, the depression and all the stuff. Because when I went through depression with my aunt passing away, I was like crying every night like straight. I was depressed, like I felt like shit happened, and I felt like not like it's because of me, but she died, and there was a lot of things I could have done, then that made me depressed. But without my ex-husband, I would not be able to go through. I think, if I didn't help him, I could have grabbed cocaine in Okinawa, I don't know where, but, it's like to help him was, like literally meant a lot.
I think it's very easy to fall into those kind of things, especially being a celebrity. You have so much pressure on you. Everyone's like
Is
looking for
watching.
you to be the next move or whatever the case may be. Looking for
You
you.
can't even go to the grocery
everything.
store.
Yeah,
by
can't even go
yourself,
to the grocery store. Everybody wants to take pictures of you
Get
doing whatever.
autographs.
Like
They
just
twist everything you say.
yeah, it twists a lot of things that you say. So
Pressure
I think it's
breaks
very
pipes,
easy
baby.
for people to become drug
How many
addicts
times
or
have you said
alcoholics.
something like "fuck you"? Like even if you didn't know the person, say the person was gay, and you just said "fuck you, faggot." You know what I mean? Like just saying it, you didn't know. But if you were famous and you had influence, it was a totally different thing. And
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah,
what
on the
just
news.
happened
You know what I mean?
with
So
King
you
Takashi
really don't
just
have
now.
freedom of speech. when you're famous, you don't have freedom of speech. You don't have all these things that the normal citizen does because
Yeah.
you're held accountable more because you have influence.
You
Right.
live
It's
in a
fucked
world
up.
star.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure for people that are not mentally, they don't have mental strength. You know, what I
Right,
mean?
right.
True.
There's a lot of famous.
They
people-
don't go through like a mental like, is he mentally stable to be famous? They don't do that.
Exactly.
It just happens.
Kind of like the Marine Corps.
It happens.
Yeah, once you're famous, that's it. All eyes on you.
Oh, you're mentally able to be a Marine, and half of these motherfuckers are not mentally
Crazy
able.
as shit, man.
Nope.
Same shit. It's crazy.
Well, listen, we started out
Screen
this
to
radio
disqualify,
show
motherfuckers.
a little
Screen
bit
to
too heavy
disqualify.
for my liking, and I think we talked about like 3 serious topics.
But no, this was good.
it was good. It was necessary.
That was a whole hour.
But let's bring it down some.
We need a music
let
break.
me play some.
Yeah, play some music and get our
Yeah.
spirits back together.
Hey, yo, Jen.
Hit that blunt.
What up, girl? The
Where's
fuck,
Take
man?
this on, take
Where's that?
Instagram.
You have to hurry up and come back, yo.
流れてますよね。
What up?
Are you hungry? You got some munchies?
No, I didn't smoke today.
Oh, that's so great.
What?
I don't
That's
know.
so great.
She didn't what?
I don't smoke every
What's your
day.
fortune cookie
I
say?
literally
Yeah,
smoke
what
like
does it
every
say?
couple days.
Yeah,
What's
give
your
us
fortune
give us
cookie
some
say?
philosophy.
Okay, my fortune cookie says, oh, this is great. Ready?
Let's do a topic on it.
Find the road to happiness
don't know.
by helping others.
Wow. Talk about
All right,
the signs.
that's the next topic
I
after.
do get happy off of that.
That's the next topic after.
That
the
does
music.
make happiness. We'll talk about that. That's going to be our next topic, and you're going to
We're
start
waiting
it.
for the music, but that I want to talk about that because you have to decipher what your own road.
What you
to
get from
happiness
Panda
is.
Express?
I don't know, sweet chili chicken or something. I don't know.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Word. We having some technical difficulties?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
Where's
absolutely
Nikki?
okay.
Where's Nikki?
It's playing, but I'm not playing.
So Jen. So Jen, tell us about Vegas.
Yeah, how's Kuzi?
How has Vegas been so far?
I be seeing you in every video.
I can't even like talk.
Jen been in Vegas sauced up. I've been seeing things.
Yep.
Every video, her eyes are
look at her
fucking
face.
red as shit.
Look at her face.
Yo.
She done confirmed
I
it.
have been so fucked up more than ever in my life being in Vegas. I be high
Nikki
as
is cracking
fuck.
up in the
I
background.
be drunk. I be Ubering everywhere.
Hey, have you tried Uber Eats yet? I heard that's fire. Like it's
I
probably
sure did.
it's probably developed since
It's
I
kinda nice.
used it.
It's kind of nice when you stuck on the
Uber
couch.
Eats, you can just order whatever.
Nah,
and it
like
brings it to
my
you.
homeboy was
Bags
like,
of
"Yo,
chips,
I want some
cookies.
food," but I had to go run out
Whatever.
and do something. I was like, "Oh, Uber Eats."
Yeah, we should start
It's
an
like the
Uber
best
Eats out
shit
here.
ever.
Word.
Yeah.
Like the heat.
The
Uber
heat.
Eats.
Oh, I got edibles.
The Uber Eats. Yo, Jen, you just put us on. You heard?
I got these.
Yo, ooh, what the?
What's that?
This is Cookie Crisp, birthday cake Cookie Crisp. It has 28 grams.
Mail that shit to me.
Birthday
Yo,
cake cookies.
can you mail me?
It's a-
Yo,
it's-
Jen, on some real shit. Can you mail me some shit? The edibles. You repackaged it. Edibles.
Let's have a conversation later.
Yo, so check this out. Check this out. Hold on. Check this out, Jen. Since you have Uber Eats, right? Losa came up with the great name Uber Heats.
Oh shit! I got messages.
Uber Heat.
She like,
What is that? Like you're dropping
What the
off
fuck you
pussy?
talking about?
Like,
Sure, Jen.
like take out pussy or some shit? Like, yo, I'm trying to get a little Asian over here.
we about to go live.
Kind of like sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we back in this
We
motherfucker
back.
though.
Yeah.
Let me plug Jen back in.
What, DJ M?
Thank you for blessing us with those beats, you know.
No, we need to get a soundboard. We should definitely invest in one of those. What the hell? We've been doing this for a year. You're just now telling us you got a soundboard.
Hey.
We're the most
It's
unorganized radio show in the
So
world.
what's the next topic that we were about to discuss? That we said we are gonna come back and discuss it.
King Takashi.
It was about choosing your road to happiness.
Ah, yeah, Jen's fortune cookie.
Fortune cookie. Can you please, Jen, bless us with reading that one more time, so that way we can have some context. That would be nice.
Find the road to happiness by helping others.
So true, and I agree.
That's so
agree with
vague,
that.
but it's so relevant.
You know
what I'm saying? Because your way of helping others is going to be different than all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
our
yeah.
way. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many ways. I've helped a homeless guy. I gave him a pair of shoes that was in my trunk that I never used, and it made me feel good. You know what I mean?
That's great.
And he had sandals on. It was cold, and then the next day I saw him giving it to some guy for a beer. But either way, that made him
You
happy.
didn't,
You know
you
what I
didn't
mean?
record it and put it on social media like everybody else?
Nah, man, I ain't clout chasing. Nigga. Fuck that shit.
Oh, God, I
No,
hate-
but you know,
I hate that word. Can we
it
not?
made me happy to give him something,
say
and it
clout?
made him happy to
Yeah.
give those shoes in return. It got him happy. He got a beer.
And I think those things
Beer's
comes
good.
around though, because when you not like I don't like to award a favor. I don't want to do any favor to my people because I'm doing with my good nature. I don't want to consider as a favor because
Right.
if you're gonna always help, like when I go DJ, like there's always a DJ or two always helping me set up. Hey, Em, you good? You need anything? Like there's always support and love. So when I do see the opportunity, I want to do the same. I just want to return those kindness I
That-
receive
that
and
energy.
love all the time.
Yep,
Exactly.
exactly.
Kindness
So
is
it's like-
favors, though.
to do
Paying it
that,
forward.
You just like I think this comes around.
It builds
Yeah.
character. It builds. It's really a definition of who you are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It
And it
builds-
builds.
It
If you keep
adds
doing
to your
Hello,
character.
world.
it adds
to you.
value, and it's so true, man. You know what I mean?
And
Always
then
help
in
other
the,
people.
in the long run, that helps for when you come to a situation where you need some help in life, and someone just out of the blue comes and helps you.
Right.
So
You shouldn't do it expecting something in return because that's not genuine at all. You know what I mean?
That's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
You know that?
Right.
That's a lot of.
I mean,
what
look
I
at
hear.
Jen started the lyrical lounge and it's still going at Remy's. You know,
She left her
And
legacy over
and
here.
she helping Remy.
Shout out to Jen.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Are you
Remy's
still doing poetry?
this thing.
Kiki.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
killing it.
When's that?
Tommy over at the Sparks is still doing it.
Thursday
when are you doing?
here in Vegas. I'll be featuring at a show out here at it's actually the Urban Lounge, which I think is pretty dope.
Did you end up dropping that song yet?
No.
What the hell is going on?
Not finished yet.
I haven't. And then I have a show. Somebody in Kentucky, they want to fly me out there to do a lyrical lounge out there and then perform 13.
Yo, that you should make it
and then
your
I've been
goal
asked to
to
go to
start
South
a
Carolina.
lyrical lounge everywhere you go.
Do a Koozie Gang lyrical lounge, bro. That'd be lit.
Yo,
That'd be
I knew
lit.
she was about to say that.
That'd be lit.
Super explicit. Content.
Those girls at the jacuzzi are fucking loosey goosey though. God damn, yo, shit. Vegas people get down. Did you see that video of the in Vegas, the girl in McDonald's beating the shit out of the other girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
So
in
there's
Vegas.
controversy behind that.
yeah.
They're saying like the manager started it, then they're saying like the.
But you should
girl-
recruit
the
that.
girl was like,
she
yo,
had
I
a
think
nice
the girl-
ass.
I
You
think
should
the
recruit
girl
her for
started.
Koozie Gang.
Yeah, she definitely.
She had a nice ass. You didn't see the video yet?
Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah, she threw
Was
the
it more?
milkshake.
I shared it on my
I think
page.
was more
It happened in
wide
Vegas.
ass
It happened in
and she
Vegas.
just had a mad wedgie.
I put it on my
Of course,
page.
it happened in
She
Vegas.
got whooped.
She got her
She got
ass.
ass.
She got her shit
Twice.
tossed.
Twice.
Her titty hang out, flew out, everything. But she was cute.
But she got her ass
That
beat.
was the
cute.
point. That was the point. She
But
was cute.
seeing her get
remind-
tossed around like that was
reminded
kind of
me
like
of a story when I used to work at
that bitch was huge though. The Samoan chick.
Well, you should fight somebody
Don't you
like
talk
that.
about my mama.
I'm mad she tried to come back
Yeah.
with a chair like she was really gonna do something. Like,
She was like,
like,
you hit me
really
with the chair. You hit me with the
like
chair.
taking it. Like okay.
I clicked on the article and it was
No,
like somewhere
I'm
in Las
talking to
Vegas.
them.
I was like, oh shit, Koozie Gang. Shit. She was cute, man. She was cute.
We don't need those kind of issues.
Yeah, you're
we,
right.
we believe in positivity over here.
right.
Positive vibes.
You're right.
That was a positive ass.
that was
a positive aspect. You stupid.
Okay, so I have a question, guys.
Speak,
We're,
speak.
We're moving on to another
Queen J.
topic. Hey, you know,
I hope it's good.
in this show.
Sure.
So okay, so I for the past 2-3 weeks I've seen numerous videos of babysitters that are mistreating children.
Oh
So,
my God.
There's this one video where this lady, she doesn't want the the little girl to move out of her bed. I guess she was trying to put her in nap time or whatever.
Yep, I already know
And she
what you're
puts
talking
barbed wire and like nails in the wood around her bed so she doesn't come out. Then there's another video where this lady, she's trying to get this little boy dressed. He's no more than like 3 years old. And she sits on him to get him dressed.
Because he's moving.
Then there's another video of this lady. She's going to get the child from the mother, I guess, to bring her to her own house or whatever. And she goes in the elevator, and as soon as the elevator doors close, she's like punching the baby in the ribs
kidneys,
and like
everything.
shaking the baby and
As
hitting it on
soon
the
as she
head
said
and
bye to the
stuff.
mom, the elevator door closed. She was like,
Because the baby was crying, so she wanted the baby to stop crying. So she was punching her and
cry more,
shaking
like,
her
what
and
the fuck?
stuff.
First off, the first one that you mentioned about the barbed wires in the wood, that was at the lady's house, not the babysitter. The babysitter went to the house and brought all those fucking things with her in the trunk.
What, a suitcase?
No, it was she went out and to her car,
Why you
grabbed all
transport
those
barbed
barbed
wire?
wires.
Like-
Like it's premeditated,
Yeah, they're all
obviously.
females.
Like that shit is fucking nuts.
I don't want to see no video about that.
So I
man.
just want to know you guys, your opinion, and if it was your child, or if you found out someone was doing that to like someone close to you, or you know whoever.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'd
in
be
here
in
would
jail
be-
for killing a
I'm not
babysitter.
hiring a hitman.
No, why don't you just?
That's the smarter.
Why don't you
that's
just
the
wrap
smarter-
her
if I
in the
couldn't
barbed
afford
wire?
it, if I can't afford a hitman, I'm definitely gonna kill him myself.
I'm gonna do it my damn self.
Come on. Anyway, all I would say is with that first one, you should just treat her how she treated the kid. You know, an eye for an eye.
So you would put barbed
Yeah,
wire
she's
around
getting
her
barbed
bed.
wired. Easily.
And same thing she did
Hey, bring that yen in here. I'm kidding.
Yeah, same thing that she did to the kid. That's what I would be doing to her.
So you would like sit on her, put barbed wire on her, punch her,
Yeah,
shake
I'd be like, Ray
her.
J, go get her. Go get her.
Put it in the mic. Oh, come on. Loving hip hop.
Just like that. Go get her.
So what?
Say hi to Rika.
No, I would be fucking her up though. Real talk. I would be in jail.
I just wonder why people go into that profession and they don't like kids or whatever the case may be.
Oh,
Like,
what
if you
about
feel that strongly about kids or you
Well,
can't
maybe-
stand them or don't like how they
Maybe
act,
they
why
just don't deal with
babysit?
stress well.
What
Once
about-
again, people's minds, they're crazy. You can't,
They
it's
need
like,
money.
you can't, if you can't do like a psychological test, you know what I mean? Like, they don't do that.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. What about the lady
People
that
don't-
hung the
How was you
baby?
tested, though?
I didn't
Like,
see that one.
Yeah, the lady that hung the baby, and like she only got probation.
Oh yeah, I did see that actually.
Yeah.
She was like some Russian lady or some crap
yeah,
like that.
I would have hung her ass.
So
The baby didn't die, but she was getting charged for like attempted murder, assault, and some
if I
other
was
shit.
If I was like the correction officer, I would have hung her ass in the fucking jail. Like, soon as she checked in.
Yeah,
they're lynching
That
babies
was-
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely white privilege right there. They said that they
you
don't
can't be
think that
saying
she
all
would
that.
do it again and da 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 da.
She's definitely gonna do it again.
I'm just like, this is some bullshit.
Here's a topic. So weed is decriminalized, right?
And people
So
are still
all the
in
people
jail.
Still in jail. Do you believe they should get out?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
I think it depends on
Why?
the situation.
Why?
I think non-violent.
He said all
criminal-
the people that are in prison right now to get out.
Yeah,
no.
No, not all of them.
He's talking about
Oh.
decriminalization of
Marijuana.
marijuana.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
it should get out. I
Yeah.
think they're
No.
stupid as shit.
Yeah, non-violent. Yeah, all non-violent crime offense. Should, yeah.
Oh,
You think
got-
they will?
No.
No.
That should be like a no-brainer.
No, it's not gonna happen because it's too much money. There's too much money.
And it's
involved.
crazy because some people are locked up because it was illegal in their state, but it's illegal in their state now, and they're still
That's what
locked
he.
up.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you should definitely be.
But it's not gonna ever happen because it's too much money
It's
involved.
shitty. It's
Legal processes.
really-
You need an attorney. You need a lawyer. Blah blah blah.
And it's, most of the prisons are paid to
Everything's a
pay,
business.
paid to
Of
stay.
course.
Right.
I think they get like 60 grand
Prison
a prisoner or
systems
something
is-
like that.
Yeah. 'Cause
Just
my brother's
having them there.
My brother's in
Is
one
the
in
cheapest
Florida. My oldest brother's in one in Florida.
labor.
And they fucking picking
Say that
what's it
again,
called?
Jen.
They're picking what was that? They're harvesting plants.
You know what I'm saying? Like
food and
prison,
shit.
being a prisoner, like that's the cheapest labor. That's why people lock
Yeah,
people
that's
up.
what he was
Yeah.
saying.
Those privatized prisons is another modern day slavery.
You know what? That's a
Yep.
great segue into our next topic.
Well, modern day slavery
No,
is
the
prison.
privatized
Yep.
prison. The people, like, if I wanted to own a prison and then put
Absolutely.
motherfuckers in
But
that bitch.
prison in general is the modernized
Right.
slavery.
But
That's the reason why it
privatized
was
even
created.
worse. That's like you or no a white guy that doesn't have nothing to do with the law enforcement or rehabilitation centers or nothing like that. Just a random Joe Schmo buying property, building a prison, and saying, "I want to fill all these motherfuckers with African Americans that did petty shit, but we're gonna give them fucking 20 years to life.
Or they
For
can
the
get
same
contract.
shit
They get
that we
contracts
give a
from
white
state.
guy and just give him probation. You know what I mean? It happens. It's actually happening everywhere.
This shit makes me sick.
Well, you ever watched the documentary 13? I think it's 13.
I don't know. I may have seen it. I
Yeah,
watched a lot of
13.
them.
13 talks about that exact same thing.
Speaking
Shit
of
makes
prison,
me sick.
Yeah, speaking
Okay.
of prison.
Norway and Sweden, or where Nicola's at, she got deported. It didn't, even if she went to jail, that shit is fucking like a 5-star resort. In the UK and Europe, their prison system is to rehabilitate. They really give the prisoners freedom. They have like resorts with flat screen TVs and Java coffee, all this shit.
I go to jail.
And it works.
I said I'd definitely go to
You
jail.
treat people like animals, they're gonna be animals. If they got
Yep.
problems and you treat them like human beings and you teach them, they're gonna be better. And that's the UK is winning like that. That's why if I do anything, any crime, I'm going to Poland. I'm going to some shit. That's gonna be lit.
Well, you got a friend there now. It's cool.
Sir, how do you plead? Definitely guilty. Can I get the 5-bedroom? With the single bar, please. Thank you.
hey Jen, can you introduce our next topic since we're speaking of prisons? That would be.
Oh, okay. So I was on social media the other day scrolling through Facebook, and I happened upon a video of, I guess, well, like person was like, I guess the something was like, damn, they got iPhones in prison. So I was like, what? So I looked at it, and I was watching the video, and the guys were like legitimately in prison on their iPhone, like they were on Facebook Live.
Was it
like
the Shiggy
talking
challenge?
to everybody. There was 12 at the point when we got on. It was 12,000 people watching the live.
I saw that. I saw that
That's
shit.
crazy.
I saw that shit.
And a lot of the there was a lot of women that were like, "Hey boo, hit me up. You so sexy and all this stuff. What'd you do? How'd you get in there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. What's
I
up
thought
about
it
it
was
is
like, I
like
thought it was like male strippers and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
my friend's in New York, right? And he's single. He's like fine. I was like, why don't you have a girlfriend? And he goes, because those females out in New York, they're just attracted to somebody's like a good ass people, the gangsters and whoever in jail. I was like, why are they attracted to them? Because
It's crazy.
I know. What about that? Like, what's happening?
It's just
Yeah, I
people
think
are-
that's what Jen was about to ask. Like, why are women attracted to men that are in
I saw,
prison?
you know the rapper. He just got out of prison. He committed a murder at the age of 15. He got charged as an adult. They gave him 20 to life, but in prison he met a law attorney who was a lifer, who was doing life in prison. But he studied the law in order to help people get out. So they go to library and whatever. So the guy that was in prison for life, right? I mean, for the murder, he was in the library looking at the law to study his case. And this guy approached him and was like, hey, I'm doing life here, but I dedicated my life to help people get out, blah, 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 to find loopholes in the system. So he sat with him and found that during his pretrial, they did something wrong. And they let him out after 15 years, right? So he's out now. But this guy is doing an interview, and people are commenting like, oh, you killed someone? Yo, you're so hot. You're so sexy. And people are like, you fucking nuts. He murdered someone. Like, this guy murdered a female. And these girls are saying how hot he is. And I'm just like, where are...
Is he
I think that's a lot of media. That's a lot of
hot because
media
of the-
involvement,
this
though. Like
criminal
that's
record?
Yeah.
you look at everything. You look at everything like
Girls
based in
like
media,
bad
like
boys,
with
though.
movies
Nah.
and everything nowadays. Like, look for example, what's that show? Power. Everybody trips on that.
It's-
It's
like the
glorifying-
bad boy thing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's that bad
That's
boy
what I just
aspect
said.
if that's glorified,
Until they
that's
whoop
what
your
people
ass.
want.
Yeah,
You know.
if you wanna-
I want me an Omari Hardwick. I want me a Tommy.
Nah, but they still stay though when they get their ass
Tommy
beat.
killed a bitch. Like,
That's
come
why all
on.
the people.
Yeah, never lied.
He's a player,
Huh?
but not that
Yeah.
like when we get mature adult.
Yeah.
Which one?
Because we
The Rascals,
learn,
both of them,
like,
Tommy
by
and,
getting
Rose.
hurt or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That's them
Listen.
30 years from now.
You don't like bad? You
That's
don't like
just
bad
bad.
dudes?
Bro.
Isn't
What
that the
else
thing?
we got on the table?
I do.
Out of the
See?
I do.
Be real, Jen.
Let's tell the truth here, because I feel like every woman is
I
at
do.
least a
I
little
do.
bit.
Honestly, I think
I'm
every
not
woman
even
does
gonna
want a
lie
little
to
bit
you.
of a bad boy.
Yeah, let's
I
not
can't-
lie.
I
A
can't
little
even
bit,
front.
not like a lot of.
Oh,
criminal
but you just said no. Come on, let's not lie on air now.
I think every female likes a little bit of bad boy in a man,
They
you
like
know?
Oh,
that.
now y'all gonna admit to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want
Devil dick.
your man to be a punk.
Yeah, you don't want him to be
I'm
no
sorry, but I
sissy.
like to know the guy I'm with will beat somebody somebody ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm not even gonna lie.
females at least want that.
King
We not
Takashi
asking
too.
you to be some gangsta, blood, this, crip, that. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to be somebody else. If somebody disrespect me, I want to be like, okay, my nigga gonna beat your fucking ass, your fucking ass,
But don't
and your
advertise that
ass.
shit though. Don't like advertising that shit.
Yeah, out here Kevin Hart. Like,
He said if you
why
and
you
me
selling me? Like, what's
and
going on?
he slapped you, then you just got slapped. That's it. Like,
Hold on a minute. Let's go back to why you got
Guys,
slapped.
like, is it a abusive when the female is in prison or have a criminal record? Is it hot?
are you talking for males?
I have
Yeah,
dated men that have been to
As a
prison.
man.
Nope.
You talking about female?
What's
Yeah, is it attractive if the roles are reversed and a female's been to prison
Nah,
or
we're not
Nah.
wired
has a
like that.
record?
They ain't got no choice. They be like, hey, I'm gonna beat your ass. You better
You know how
give me
many
that
females
dick.
out here?
I'm not really wired like that.
Yeah.
No fascination with that at all.
If
I
I,
barely
if I
like
know a
Orange
female
is
got a
the
criminal
black
record, I'm gonna have to look into
But
that
if a
and be
girl
like,
can't
wow,
have me all
what's your
fucked up.
criminal record? Like, what'd you do?
I think that's you.
They be like, I gotta go whoop his ass.
Say what?
Babe, handle.
She'll definitely be on the team though. Like, she'll be a team
Some dude
player.
talking shit to you in the club. I'm gonna get my girl on you.
What?
That would throw you off.
Hey,
Just throw you off
you
the
talking
bike,
shit
like-
about my man?
I would definitely do
Be
that.
like,
I would
what?
honestly, I would probably be worried though if a dude came up to me after I just straight up punched him in the face. Man, I'm getting my girl on you. Like, wait, what? Hold on.
What? Is,
Wait, how big is she? Hold on.
It don't even matter because you can't really hit her back. So
No. As soon as she hits you,
Yeah.
it's all equal playing field after that.
Equal rights,
No,
equal left.
I really like that. I like the whole thing of like knowing that a man will like. This is my thing. I've been with a guy before. Like when I was younger, I was dating this guy,
He was a bitch ass.
and I remember I was in the club one time, and a fight breaks out in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Fight breaks out. People are like fucking hitting each other. It's like crazy. It's like a big ass mosh pit because it's so crowded in there.
That
So
sound like
I'm
very
standing in front of him, and he was standing behind me, and all I could think in my head was, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have to defend our honor,"
Damn.
because
That sounds like
he
some
was
bitch
such
assness right
like
there.
a weenie. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I was gonna have to fight if anybody came to us. I was gonna be the one.
He
who's
said he's
gonna
a
have to
lover, not a
defend our honor.
fighter.
That's not a comfortable place for me to
It's
be.
not.
You say he's a lover,
I
not
like
a fighter.
to feel
I don't
like
give
my
a damn.
man
You better
will
get your ass out
step
there and
up.
do something.
I'm gonna be like a man.
I'm not about to be the only one throwing dukes out here. You better get your ass out there.
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely not that guy.
He's all
I
like,
have to disagree with
baby,
both of
wait,
y'all.
let me get that ice on your eye.
Yeah. I'll probably be that person.
Nigga, you
We're
better
not saying
you better put some
go to
ice on my
start
wrist on
something,
this
but if
finger.
something comes to us
Shit.
and it has to come to that point for us to defend ourselves, I'm not about to be the only one defending myself.
Oh,
You
I'm
know,
gonna let them. We get down. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
We get down.
like-
God.
I ain't nope.
Yo,
Oh,
that's a problem.
yes.
If I'm the only one that's defending us, there's a problem.
That's
Ah, about that life.
there will be a
Imagine
problem.
that.
I'm about that knife life.
Imagine even a verbal
I'm about that knife
confrontation
life.
and your girl's the one speaking for you. That's
that's some
fucking
bitch
sad.
assness right
That's
there.
sad. Babe,
Yeah.
babe,
Well, it depends.
babe, calm
if it's
down.
another female,
Babe, calm down.
obviously, okay, a
Yeah.
female's
Don't say
gonna.
that.
But if it's a man, oh yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you mean, like defending the situation or like?
It's like what
starting
she's
the
saying. Like what
situation?
she's saying. Like if
Chris,
the guy
are you
has his tail
serious?
between his legs.
Huh?
Like a guy who has his tail between his legs all the time, and the girl has the pants in the relationship. A guy should be alpha male and know when to be alpha and when to shut the fuck up. But if he's defending his girl, defend your fucking girl.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I've always been
I'm
taught
talking
not to
about-
fight over
but you
a
said something
girl.
else.
So.
Right.
You talking about something else?
No, I'm not. You listening to what I'm saying and just taking it as something else, like every single thing I say, motherfucker. God damn.
I feel like y'all both do that to each other.
Yeah,
it's,
we
it's
do.
It's kind of
I
funny.
could swear I was like, yo,
But
I
nah,
thought you were saying like the girl's talking to like
Chicken sandwich. What?
starting the situation and then you have to like defend the situation like.
Side
Nah.
note, I stepped on your girl's shoes by accident. Is a big ass scuff mark.
I ain't buying.
Oh.
Anyway,
It's a
so
big
on that topic, it depends. Jen made a
You owe me
good
a
point.
new
If
pair.
it's female to female confrontation, that's not my battle to handle. That
Right,
is you
exactly.
and the other female. Now, if it's a guy,
Okay, but what if your girl gets her ass whooped? Would you?
Oh,
jump
she's just
in
gonna
and
get her
pull
ass whooped.
no,
Ass
no.
whooped
Why
by
would I
another
jump?
female?
No,
If she
if
get her
it,
ass whooped by another
by a
female?
girl,
Yeah.
No.
She's saying by if
you
you
have to at least pull them a fuck apart.
No,
and-
no.
She
Nah,
said,
you
hold
there's
on,
nothing
hold on,
illegal.
slow down,
There's
slow down,
nothing
slow down.
illegal about manhandling a woman.
Slow
Like
down.
if you can take that girl off your girl and be like, "Yo, get the fuck back!" Like you seen those
Right.
videos?
All
No,
right.
she gotta take her strikes with
Nah,
her.
hell no.
Only time
you gonna let your girl get her ass whooped? Like,
I'm saying I'm not. Look. I
Hey,
gotta
you
look at
start-
that in the morning. I'm not trying to look at her face, be all
Right.
Like, beat up.
I need
and
my
swollen.
dick sucked. I can't have my dick sucked with that swollen lip.
Thank you.
Fuck,
Thank
man.
you.
I
Yo,
disagree.
man, I need my no, my lips swollen, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
I disagree.
Babe, I can't feel my lip.
If another girl jump in, like if it's they getting like jumped.
Imagine that shit.
I did-
You fucking her, and then the moon catches the light glimpse, and she look like Quasimodo and shit, or lumped up and shit. Fuck.
I kind of side with King Takashi on that. I'm not jumping in.
I'm not jumping in. Like
No one's saying you got to jump in and fight, but at least pull the shit apart.
No, but I mean, pull them apart.
Y'all
Jumping in
go
like
fight till y'all
Nope.
get tired.
No, you
Nope.
jumping in like.
Y'all fight until y'all get
Nah.
tired. and
So
then after that,
this
what?
is why a lot of people don't like me because
See,
I don't
now
have.
He's
Hold
saying
on.
allow the fight to happen. I'm not going to allow
Why?
shit to happen.
Why? Why
Let-
not?
let
Hey,
the
she's
All right.
not- hey, both of y'all.
Hold on. Let me tell you how I feel. Yeah, how about we just have a discussion right now? Because a lot of people disagree with me on this point too. As an adult, if you have discretion to decide whether or not you want to fight, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the situation. If you got yourself into that altercation, deal with that shit.
What if she didn't?
If she didn't, that's a different story. But remove yourself from the situation.
Let's just
Everybody,
say-
why do we?
Okay, here's an example.
No, let me finish.
Here's an example.
If you're unable to remove yourself from the situation and you have
How are you unable?
You have your
Are you
companion
crippled?
there with you
No,
to
it-
help
it just-
remove you
it
from the
don't happen.
situation.
It
That
happens
also
almost
is
every
being an adult. Okay.
So look, check this out. When I went to the trip to Vegas last year with Rika, right? I went back home to my home city, and I told her, "Be careful. Don't look at these girls because you're Japanese and you look better than them. They're gonna test you and they're gonna fuck you up because you look good and all the guys are looking at you." So we go to the club, and these girls are in the corner staring her down, and I said, "Don't look at them," and she looked at them. These got up. And I had to get in front because I knew my city. I know what's about to happen. They were about to jump her ass. You know what I mean? So what am I supposed to be like? Oh, you got yourself in this situation. Get yourself out. Nah.
Yo, you
fuck
don't.
that.
You weren't listening. Clearly, you definitely didn't listen to what I said.
He did say depending upon the situation.
Right.
You
Like,
definitely
that's what
didn't hear
the
me.
situation dictates.
So
That's cool.
would you defend that though?
That's a different situation.
I just said it.
If it's a one-on-one altercation and you got yourself in that situation, no, I'm not jumping in. You said whatever to get in that situation. You feel what I'm saying? If it's jumping and you're outnumbered, you damn right.
Yeah,
you my
we
girl.
busting heads,
That's different.
Man. I'm busting heads.
So, you, like I said,
It doesn't happen from like a front though, because one time it happened to me where she was coming behind me. So they were fighting. I was trying
And
to
you
kind of
probably
stop.
said some shit.
Yeah.
You probably
Yeah.
said some shit.
And
You probably said some
I
shit.
did not say
You was
shit.
probably lit on the
That's
tequila and you
Look.
said some shit.
bitch. Or something. That's exactly what you
I
said.
just see that happen.
don't nobody sucker punch you for no reason.
No, somebody grabbed my ass. So the owner got mad at the person. They're like, "Hey, she's with us, whatever." But he was so drunk, and his girlfriend got mad at me. Hey, yo, like, stop talking to my, guy kind of stuff. Like, I didn't even talk. Then she tried to jump me, and all the fights broke up.
One on
right?
one? That's not jumping.
Yeah, it's like. Like the war started.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like trying to stop.
Her
Then this
raw.
girl trying to, fight me from the behind. Now Ski got up, like literally choke her up, like boom, and slamming her in the, floor. It was like you didn't see it coming. I was like, she came from the back. Like, how did I see that? So that time I didn't help. I cannot. Oh, you got yourself
Yeah,
in
the
a
situation dictate. We get sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Because
what if your girl is drunk? And
What-
she was sober?
I'm always drunk.
okay, what's the point? Like, what is the scenario? Give me a hypothetical.
Yeah.
So she's not herself. Pretty much. She's not herself.
What do you mean she's
she's
not
not
herself?
herself?
When you
Like,
drink and
When she drunk,
I'm-
like,
all right,
you-
this is-
like when
I-
you're
I
drunk
hear
and
you.
you're not
Listen,
yourself.
listen.
Like, come on.
I hear you, but there's
I'm
no
myself.
pause. There's no scenario. You just said she's drunk. Okay, she's
well,
drunk,
okay,
and what?
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
She's drunk and
Thank
she's
you.
not herself, and she accidentally says some shit that causes a confrontation.
She
with
don't
someone
accidentally
else.
say though.
Nigga, shut the fuck up. Goddamn. No,
I hear
but
what you're
something.
saying. I
And
hear what
then
you're saying.
Because she's drunk and you're responsible for her because you're her man and you're sober, you have to look after her, and you see
You don't
that
have
they're-
to. Yo, I'm not playing. I'm not
Okay, so I
playing.
guess,
You're
again,
an
situation-
adult, and I'm an adult.
Everybody's different. I guess everyone's different.
I'm very
So you
different.
you wouldn't. I mean, saying you're being an adult by not looking after that person. That's not necessarily.
I didn't say I wasn't going to. I just said that you don't have to.
That's your
Those
companion,
girls
though.
wanna
That's
fight
your.
just because she looking
You don't
better, they
have
can
to
better
do
too,
anything,
man.
fact
Try
or
some.
fiction.
There's not many Asians where I'm
You don't
from.
have to. You don't have to. That's all I said. You can carry on with the rest of what you were
No,
saying,
I
but
mean,
you don't
this-
have to.
I'm not gonna carry on because it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm stuck. This is how I am. If,
No, but I
if-
get what you're saying. He's
You feel
saying
me,
you
Jen?
don't have to
You don't
do it,
have
but some
to.
people, because of their stance in a relationship,
Right.
they feel that in a situation, if their girl is drunk, that they feel obligated because if the girl is drunk and they're sober, it might be like if there's an understanding for you guys to go out together and one person's going to drink and the other person's going to be sober, typically the other person does watch the other person's back. Sometimes. For the most part. I get what you're saying by you don't have to. You're right. You don't have to do shit in life. You could sit on the couch and do nothing. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to work. We don't have to. Shit, you don't have to breathe.
I feel like that's a cheap ass, weak ass excuse though, because you don't have to do anything. I like right now. I didn't have to come to this radio. That's an excuse too. Like,
how is that an excuse?
Because
that's the truth.
We're talking about a relationship, a decency of looking out for your specific lover or whatever person, and just because you can say that, it's easy for someone to say, "Oh, I don't have to because I don't have to." Like that's so easy.
So it's easy. It's understandable. It's understandable to say. So fact. It's understandable to say that. Okay, it's not that you have to, but is it right that you don't?
I didn't say I wasn't going to.
It doesn't. I mean, but it comes down to like the kind of person you're with. That's why when you get into a relationship with somebody, it's good to understand who you're with.
So you like, if I made a girl and be like, "Hey, listen, if you get drunk and you get in a fight, you gonna get your ass whooped, and I'm gonna just watch. I'm gonna put that shit on Instagram."
Carry yourself as an adult is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's built the same. Everybody's different, you know.
Protect me.
Right.
That's my thing. Protect me.
At the end of the day, I'm
like I understand what you're saying. Like if you're with a woman and she's a type where she's always mouthing off, then yeah, it's gonna be one of those like.
Thank you.
That's exactly
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying.
If you're an adult,
well, again, I guess it's a different situation. Like you know what you're getting yourself into. You know what I mean?
Okay, in that same sentence, they know what they're getting themselves into.
Not if they're drunk. I know how many times I got drunk. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
So let's go back then. If you know that when you get drunk, you get mouthy, don't fucking drink.
A lot.
I'm an adult, and I'm gonna treat you as an adult. Use your mind and make a sound decision. That's all I'm saying.
There's something in me as a man that feels pride when a girl looks at me as her savior and protector.
That's cool, but I ain't that guy.
So like that's why I have. I'm not like I said. We don't have to agree on.
I'll protect you as much as I can.
I'm not gonna be your savior.
I actually have to
I like
agree
a man
with
that wears a cape.
Yeah, I ain't that guy.
The cape?
I like
Bicho
Bruce Wayne.
Fantasma.
I like Bruce Wayne. He ain't always gotta be Batman though.
Yeah.
I like Bruce Wayne, but he ain't always gotta be Batman.
Right.
You know.
And he still gets ass whooped
Well,
too.
I like the man who plays the piano
He
too.
got his back broke. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, so I'm saying
he got his back broke chasing a woman.
But you know, I also like guys that have gone to prison, so it's cool, you know.
Oh gosh.
That's why I always say that. I be like, yo, I'm probably gonna end up single because I'm not what most people would expect as a boyfriend, as a husband, as a I have different beliefs. I am always taught to be an adult, carry yourself as an adult, have discretion for situations, know when to remove yourself, know what to say, know what not to say. Are you gonna be perfect at that all the time? No. But am I gonna feel sorry for you based on what happened? No, not at all. You're an adult and you get yourself into situations. If you don't like it, that's okay.
It kind of goes back to Jen's. It kind of goes back to Jen's fortune cookie, though. Like, I mean, if I'm able to help that person from getting their ass beat, then I'll happy. Not even. It's not even making me feel happy at that point. It's the instance of like, all right, I don't want to have to like take care of this person after they get their ass.
TJ be like, that's what I'm working out for.
Like, you know. Hey, I'm deadly with a knife, so I
guess they just saying like.
Think about the hospital bill. What if you can't financially? You know what I mean? Yo, babe,
hey,
don't
it's a
say
choice.
That.
You don't have to take them to the hospital.
I can't afford that shit.
You don't have to take them to the hospital.
Like,
you find you a corpsman at a barracks and then fucking have a day.
Chill, baby.
It's not even.
I don't get paid till Friday.
Let's wait for the Friday.
Hey, check it out. It's the 27th. Yeah, you have to wait till the 1st. You have to wait for a minute.
What were you about to say?
Baby, I got Motrin. I got you some Motrin.
I just feel like me as a person, like at first, it doesn't matter if you're in the wrong or if you're in the right. If you get into an altercation or like I see like the conversation heating up, I'm gonna be like, hey, come on, let's go this way. You know, I'm gonna try to like, be the mediator at first.
That's cool.
But if you just keep on egging on, be like, nah, I'm be like, all right, go on. You want to go? Yeah. Go ahead. If you get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. If you win, you win. Like, at the end of the day, that's your decision. I tried to help you in the beginning, but I'm not going to try to force you to leave or whatever the case may be. Like, you know.
So you're saying the same thing?
We almost had this, like, same
I'm never going to be okay with somebody just whooping somebody's ass, just, like, blood dripping from, leaking from, like,
yeah, there's
3
a
different
limit.
places.
There's a
like,
limit.
I'm never going to be okay watching that. If I'm just watching that, like, who's to say, what if this motherfucker gets their ass beat so bad, you know what I'm saying, the motherfucker end up dying. and I was standing there and I had the ability to try to stop it. I'm not saying that we should always do it, because I get it. People get their ass beat being a, you know what I'm saying, being kind of a bystander, or they end up getting shot or stabbed being a bystander or putting themselves in the middle of something, right? But on Gate 2 Street, you know what I'm saying, there's been a lot of times where I've seen fights and shit pop off. I'm not going to necessarily always be okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't help a situation. It's fucked up. There's a fight in front of you, like, damn. I'll try to help. You know what I'm saying? At least at the end, like, yo, you need an ambulance? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I help you?
Yeah,
like,
cool. Hey, listen,
you need a shot.
Let's be clear. I'll dial 911 for you, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be a complete
I'm too
ass.
old for that.
I can see him on the corner watching the fight.
Yeah,
so
hard, like, his eye
I might need a
I
couple
sit
body
right in front of
bags.
foreplay and watch the fights nowadays. I just sit right there like an old man and watch the fights. I don't run across the street. I ain't trying to help nobody. I'm just gonna sit there and watch it.
Yeah, if something is across the street, I ain't really going across the street.
Because
That's
I
too
seen
much
old
work.
dude get hit with
That's
a
too
beer
much
bottle,
work.
and I was like, damn, that shit fucking crazy.
That's too much work.
If it's your boy, though.
If it's my home, one of my home,
My boy should be with me though.
exactly.
My
But
battle
if it's-
buddy should be with me.
If it's somebody I know and I respect, you're like, all right, cool, I'll jump in.
So
like
you
I'm not
wouldn't
gonna
jump in
lie.
for the
Like
girl.
this is where I'll side with him on this. Like there's been times where I go out.
Hold on.
There's been times where I've gone out and you know, like I already state my plan. I'm gonna be at this bar. That's it. All right, man. I'm gonna go over here. You do you, boo boo. All right. Well, where you want to meet up? I just told you I'm gonna be at this motherfucking bar. I ain't leaving. They got my hookah. They got my drinks. They got my bartenders. DJ's doing this thing. I'm good. I don't need to be nowhere else. I'm good. You get your ass beat by leaving when that's out of the plan of what I want to do. That's on you. I'm sorry. You come back and I see you bloody. I'm not gonna ask no questions. Just you all right? You need a shot.
That's why.
All right, cool. Let's go home.
That's why I'd rather be in the VIP and not in the general public, because in the general public anything can happen.
Man,
Like, you wear the
stuff
wrong
happen in
color.
VIP.
Listen, no, it don't, man. If you in the VIP, no
Hey,
motherfucker.
Psycholos, this shit used to happen all the time.
We're not talking about
fight
Psycholos.
VIP.
Psycholos is fucking gangland, fucking jungle monkeys and shit like that. We're talking about like VIP. Not Psycholos doesn't have a fucking VIP that you felt like a very important person. I'm talking about people that know how to handle their alcohol. They hang out with the VIP crew and they know what the fuck they're getting into, and they're not in the general fucking population where you don't.
I mean, I've seen some shit pop off.
I'm just saying.
Okay, more likely where VIP or in the main crowd. Which more likely that fucking.
Well, there's a lot more people in the main area,
Right.
so it becomes a little bit less controllable when it's in the
So my
general
possibilities
population.
of getting to a fight in VIP as opposed to the general population is.
Well, it's more controlled, I think, in VIP than it is in general pop.
Look, I just don't want the whole world thinking I'm like this indecent person. I'm just saying, if you can't handle your liquor, I have no sympathy for you. You're an adult. You know what your limit is, and if you pass that and get yourself in some trouble, that's on you. That's all I'm saying. Carry yourself like an adult. End of the day, I have no sympathy for that. None. Zero.
Especially if you.
What if you've never tested that limit and you don't know your limit, right?
That's
As
different.
a
You're
female.
inexperiencent. That's different.
You're okay.
That's
so
a
you're
very different
inexperienced, so
situation.
then
But
okay.
if you've been drinking and you know how you get, if you get mouthy when you have like 4 or 5 drinks and you go to 4 or 5 drinks and you get yourself into a situation, that is solely on you. And I have no sympathy for that at all.
I don't have sympathy for it, but if I'm there, I'm going to do something to help the situation. I'm not going to be like, oh, I feel bad for you.
I don't wear a
But
cape.
if I know, like, if I go out with somebody and they get fucked up, you know what I'm saying, all the time, and I know how they are, if I'm with them, if I'm going out with them, I already know what to expect from this person.
Right, which means I won't be out with them.
Hold that person down. I'm not going to be like, fuck it, they're fucked up, bye. If they
That's me.
came with me, then that's my responsibility because that's my friend or that's my whatever family or that's my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I know what to expect from going out with somebody that I know in the past has had issues with their alcohol. Yes, they may get fucked up again tonight. So me as an adult, if I am with you, I have to take responsibility for me. This is my opinion to make sure that anybody that comes with me gets taken care of. That's me.
That's cool. I just won't be there.
Because I'm
Like,
also an adult and I have to take responsibility.
If I know, I'm
for
just
the
saying,
fact
if I
that,
know how
what
you
I'm
get
saying?
when
Like,
you're going out, I'm not
if
going out with
If you
you.
know your boy gets fucked up and he gets mad, we can be like, all right, but well, you got your ass beat, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
good.
I'll hold it down.
At least
whatever I can be.
Nikki. She gets drunk, but she fucks bitches up.
Oh yeah, hey Nikki.
Fucking
hey.
2-piecing bitches down the stairs, the male strip club. Beep, beep, beep. That shit was lit.
Nikki had my, hey, she still owe me a pair of pants now. Now I think about it, because I ripped my pants.
Oh,
they're at confrontation.
Get out of here, Chris. Go buy yourself some pants. Shut up.
Dude, my favorite white pants though. Yeah, I got blood all over them.
You got more money than anybody in this room right now. Shut the fuck up.
Buy some pants.
Yeah, right. Buy some pants.
Buy us all some pants.
Buy a new wave cap. That shit got mad holes in it. Bro.
Guys, let's get some tongue twisters in before the end of the show.
Yeah,
tongue twisters.
Yeah, some tongue twisters. You know.
What's
this
is her
pick
idea.
Pick a number between 1 and how many years?
Yeah, right.
17.
Just pick a number.
88.
Okay, 88. Okay, you have to say this one.
Tongue twisters.
We'll make it going first.
I thought
The 88.
questions or something.
Roof of mushrooms rarely mush too much.
Did you say that right?
What?
Roofs of mushrooms rarely mush too much.
Say it 3
say it
times
regular.
fast.
Yeah, say it regular.
Roofs of mushrooms.
Not slow, regular.
Oh, that's
like,
okay. Roofs of mushrooms rarely mush too much.
That's a tongue twister. I can tell because you had to slow down.
Yeah. Roofs of mushroom rarely move too much. Yeah, okay. You got me.
all right, who's next?
You got me.
You.
Me? Oh, okay.
17.
17? Okay. 17. Oh, fuck. This one's hard.
Read it.
I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish, but if you wish the wish the witches, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish.
I don't even know
Why
what
is
that last
that
part
so
was.
long?
I feel like you're drunk. I wish to wish to wish to wish.
Okay.
Get it one good time.
Okay. I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish, but if you wish the witches, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish. What? 17.
That's so
I
weird.
wish to wish the wish you wish to wish. But if you wish the wish
We
to
didn't.
wish wishes, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish.
You want to do it?
It makes sense. It makes sense, but
Wait,
it's
hang on.
too much.
He just reminded me. We forgot about one of these topics. I'm actually about to pull up the picture. Matter of fact, so I seen this post on Facebook, and the topic was why men don't get married.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna read it. I'm not saying that I agree with this. I just wanted to bring it up because
American men? What kind of men?
just men in general.
I just had this question.
This is just a general.
I don't think
consensus.
that's a men in general. I feel like that's American men because I know a lot of non-American men
For the sake of it,
are wanting to get married.
Men too.
We'll just say American men. Whatever.
They don't stay married.
All right, I'm gonna read it. So why men don't marry? It says because there is nothing in it for them. What exactly does marriage offer men today? Men know there's a good chance they'll lose their friends, their respect, their space, their sex life, their money, and if it all goes wrong, their family. And this is from Helen Smith. She's a PhD. It says they don't want to enter a legal contract with someone who they could who could effectively take half of their savings, pension, and property when the honeymoon period is over. Men aren't wimping out by staying unmarried or being commitment phobes. They're being smart. Unlike women, men lose all power after they say I do, and their masculinity dies too.
Facts. I saw this post.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up.
I think that's
I
think that's more of a westernized belief, like a Western belief.
And
It
by
depends on your
that
culture.
you mean
Culture.
I don't think Japanese have the same. They take half and shit like that, right? They don't.
It's culture. I really think it's more American and like.
Because if I divorce, she don't get shit.
Yeah,
and
that's
you can
true.
get divorced in I think the
Okay,
same day.
same day.
The same day you can get
Okay,
divorced
so-
in Japan, but in the States it takes months and years and shit like that.
What about the
So
fact
I'm
that they
saying
said?
I feel like that's more of American European thing. Yeah.
Okay, so regardless of the legal
still
bondage,
true.
what about the fact that they lose their space, their sex life?
Space?
Because you only have sex when your wife or your girl wants to have sex, right?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Is this
Nah, it's
okay?
rape.
So this is
Yeah,
a
unless she's down for
monogamous,
threesomes.
Yeah, this is a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
you lose your
out
money.
there like
your
that.
money is definitely not for you.
I'm saying
You're the-
like
you're the
polygamy is
provider.
real.
You know what I'm saying? I think that men being slow to marry is just them not being ready yet. You know what I'm saying? To give in to all of these things that are expected of them as husbands. So I understand it.
That's even like moving in.
I
I've
think
always been told, yeah.
nowadays it's different than it was 50 years ago.
By far, easily.
You know, so nowadays it's like the roles of everyone is changing, women and
What
men.
are these roles?
You know,
Let's talk
women,
about that.
the same
there
role.
are no roles to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. There's once upon a time there
Do
was
you? I do me.
but it goes with all the conversation that was had today on the show. I think this kind of sums it all up that, you know what I'm saying, 50 years ago, it's just we have evolved as a people. Whether it's a good evolution or not, through evolution, there's going to be a lot of changes that we have to realize and kind of fix our issues. For example, pollution. We use a lot of plastic. We throw plastic in the ocean. Now we're trying to figure out a way to clean the ocean because we fucked the ocean up. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Deforestation, marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking sexuality. Like it's all an evolution.
Pedophilia.
You feel me?
I don't know. I don't know
And
how I feel
we've
about
evolved into like this thing now where it's like, you know, everybody has to be equal. And so, yeah, it's the same thing in the Japanese culture where like some women aren't getting married either. Yeah. Because they're choosing a career over their, you know, over family. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think? Why do you think, based on your experiences, why men don't get married?
My experience?
Yeah, just on the men that you know that you've had conversation with. If you could speak on that, why do you think that the men in your life stay away from marriage? Because I feel like some of what is in this article or picture or post is true. A lot of them don't want to give up their freedom to do whatever they want without considering someone else's feelings or, you know, what they want to do. Is basically compromise in a way if you think about it.
Okay,
and,
so
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's I feel like a lot of it is people aren't honest. Yeah. People aren't honest about who they are. People aren't honest about what they really want. People are, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're not really true.
I feel what
you know what I'm saying?
They want to get married
it is
for the
they
title.
are.
I feel what you're saying.
Now, how's the question?
Because if I'm kind of the same way, I kind of am on the fence about the whole marriage thing. Like I was married, so I get it. I've been in that feeling of like, you know, where everything is just like it's based on the other person, and in the world today, it's almost you can get away with not being married, and I feel like, and still have a fulfilling life.
Exactly.
I don't think marriage is a necessity.
That's my next question.
That it's nice.
Would you get married again?
If you can find somebody that, you know, you can hold it down with for the rest of your life, that's dope. But marriage, I feel like marriage is more of a legal contract, something that, you know, it's more about the legal. It's
kind of like what
right?
we were talking about last time. It's a business at this point.
Would you get married again?
Would I get married again? I can't say
going
that
through
I
what you've
wouldn't
been through.
because I haven't. Right now, right now, no. No, absolutely not. Because I'm not. I haven't even met anybody, you know, to where I feel like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I can put my trust and, you know what I'm saying, into this person, and, you know, we can build something together. Like, you know what I'm saying? As of right now, today, like, I can't really. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll meet somebody that'll change the way I view it. But
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a really good question.
I dislike marriage.
It's a really good question.
I dislike marriage.
I think I just don't think marriage is, you know, I think once upon a time marriage was absolutely
it has lost a lot of its
families
identity.
Together. It was a political move for rich people. It was a financial move for people that didn't have a lot of money.
It's definitely a financial
move. It was a way
military.
for people to like extend their family line for survival. So I feel like marriage is almost like an archaic idea. I don't want to be all like super negative about it, because I still do believe that you can still get married and be in a happy relationship with someone. But I think nowadays
it's harder than it has ever been.
It's harder. I feel like it's harder now, because now you feel like there's so many options, because people can build relationships online now like it's nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you can break up with one person and have a new boo the next day.
In the same hour.
Yeah. That's true.
In the same hour.
Exactly.
The same day. The same
10 minutes, man.
And it's kind of like,
because
it
things
feels
are
like
so instant.
The only reason people do it now,
and marriage is supposed to be like long and like based on like longevity. It's difficult now because people's attention spans are like fucking 3 seconds. So what can you really do? Like,
I think it's more for like kids.
What kind of longevity is there? You know.
You think that, Jen? They said they think it's more about kids and the idea that people want to, you know, parent the kids together versus having one go visit the dad or, you know, the mom. Everybody has that idea that they want to be in the kid's life together. So it's like, all right, let's get married.
And I believe in that too, because I do believe in like, but you can still co-parent and not be married.
Yeah, but in today's world, it's very hard. You can do it. Absolutely, you can
do it, but it's not.
I don't think it's as effective.
It's not as effective and easy as.
I think it can be, but it depends on the two people in the relationship together.
That's really hard.
I'm not saying it's necessarily like a easier situation, but I'm saying like, is it better to be in a loveless marriage, raising a child where you guys don't even like each other? That to me is unfair. Because now the child has to see two people that don't even fuck with each other, but they're both raising the kid and unhappy, and let's say they argue all the time. So that's okay? More so than two people being happy apart, but being good parents for their kids?
It's the truth.
This is a topic that probably will roll into our next radio show for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
It might be just there to fake it to make it, huh? It might be not arguing.
I just think people just have to be, I think people have to be in a very happy place wherever you are, whether it's together or not. You know, if you can be in a marriage together and like, and raise children together and then be in a very good relationship, you might have problems here and there, but you guys can still have a positive relationship. Absolutely. Marriage is great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that it's not,
kind of like you said earlier, it's just very archaic at this point.
Yeah,
for the wrong
marriage
reason.
And just have an open relationship. You know what I mean?
I actually never thought that we would be having this discussion. That marriage is just such a thing that is. Yeah. It's like not even valuable right now.
Yeah, you can be married and have.
I wouldn't say it's not valuable.
It's not valued the same.
I would just say it's continuously losing its value.
Right.
Yeah.
To where
decrease it.
I mean that's not something that people put as a goal, as one of their top goals. You know, like when you meet people. Or you're interested in dating someone, that's not usually a topic that comes up like, hey, when are you looking to get married? Like, it's more like, what are your 3-year goals? You know, like.
I think it depends on how you're raised.
No, but there's a lot of people that their goal is to get married. A lot of people's goal, like I know people that they're like, I just want to get married and have a kid.
That's a lot of people.
That's their goal.
Yeah.
That's like some women. That is their only goal.
No, I meant from the man's perspective though. I meant from the man's perspective.
But I'm not going to chase a marriage just for the ideal of a marriage.
I mean, y'all
I'd like to be with a man who is actually a good man for me.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Not just to get married. But I'd like to be with a good man.
Yeah, but talking back to the man's perspective, like if you're asking a man, you don't hear a lot of men saying, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to be married like in the next year, 2, 3, whatever." Like,
hell no.
You know, that's not really a topic that comes up in their mind.
Nope.
I think dudes in general don't think about marriage because of
that's a pressure we feel from women.
Not even that. It's just I think it's how it evolved over time. Like before, it was a mutual agreement. Like okay,
it was
like
never mutual.
Yeah, it was.
It was never mutual.
Anyways, like I'm saying,
then
it became that thing. Like, oh, I don't want to get married no more. You know, I just want to fuck all these girls. I think that's really what it came down to. Like, all dudes want to do is just
that's always kind of been
and have all these different women. Like, but I think it got worse over time. I think it got worse over time because now they fantasize and now all little boys and young men want to do is have all these girls.
Wait a minute.
Well, it's always been
Wait
that
a minute. Wait a minute. When has a marriage ever been 100% mutual?
Because back if you in the think day, about, like when my great grandmother was born, that time.
Women, intended or not, put pressure on men to be married, whether they want to or not. Am I wrong?
Back then, it used to be.
Who asked for the ring?
No, the woman
would take that perspective of you're not getting
families
anywhere close to me unless you're talking about me.
That's what he's saying.
Families too. It's not from the man usually. It's from the family or the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. Back in the days, motherfucking men was trying to get married to bitches. You know,
to getting them draws. To getting them draws.
Because that was the standard.
Yes. That was the standard to getting the draws.
In order to have
sex,
married, I have to marry you.
We about to close up.
Yeah, we have to.
We're about to save this one.
Next week.
We save this one.
We got like less than 40 seconds and y'all talking about the marriage. Man, this is going nowhere in 30 seconds.
Play that drop.
Oh, by the way, the marriage applications are still out for M.
Yeah, DJ, send that shit to Jennifer.
Thanks for tuning into The Heat, Okinawa's love, sex, and relationship show. Check out our podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat for new updates.
Who can beat it up, Rocky? And don't use those hands to put up that gate and stop me.